stuff for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Upgrade your ride at Grossenberg Implement, your Polaris dealer in Beersford.
Harvest and hunting are on the horizon.
So rap with Ranger Rick about limited time rebates on remaining 2023 Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides.
Rick's also got used machines in stock.
Plus parts, accessories, and service.
Upgrade your ride, dude.
You upgrade your ride.
With a new Polaris from Grossenberg's in Beersford.
Go to GrossenbergPowersports.com, Facebook, or call 605-763-5020.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Are you stuck in a job that gives you no family life? Work for Sue Steele and enjoy a 4-day work week. Choose from first or second shift and receive a sign-on bonus. Sue Steele builds farm bins and livestock solutions. Sue Steele is hiring right now for machine operators and general laborers for both first and second shift. Sue Steele makes it easy to apply. Go to their ProTech division in Lennox for walk-in interviews Monday through Thursday from 1 till 5, or apply online at SueSteele.com. Join the Sue Steele team and work a flexible, family-friendly 4-day work week.
Dreaming of a perfectly manicured property? Or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to Grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate in the greater Sioux Falls area? Look no further than the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. With over 10 years experience in homes, this team has you covered from finding your dream home to designing and building your own. Julie Roth and her team put your needs first, whether it's your first home or fifth home. Experience hassle-free home buying and selling with the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. For information, visit julierothrealestate.com or call 605-740-0645.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Synex Zip Trip is your local convenience store with 5 locations throughout South Dakota, offering top-tier gasoline and Synex premium diesel fuels. Stop in for a great selection of your favorite snacks, beverages, pizza, and other hot foods. Become a Zip Trip Rewards member and save 5 cents per gallon of fuel every day. Plus, earn and redeem points for further discounts. Sign up at SynexZipTrip.com. Synex Zip Trip is a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. When it comes to game day, let Zip Trip fill your food and fuel needs.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome to Buche Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Buche Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Buche Foods.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. We offer expertise and experience, where your long-term eye care is our concern. State-of-the-art technology, where we never lose sight of quality. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Fentanyl is a powerful 20 days ago, we talked about what it would take for the Lennox Orioles not only to find themselves within the postseason, but potentially where they could end up at. That before the Madison football game hosted right here at home. And at the time, it was thought maybe it just might be the last regular season home game, which it was, but maybe not another home game. And Lennox, after that win against Madison 3 weeks ago, getting the victory 44-19, would need some help along the way, including also winning out just to have the potential of hosting a first-round football playoff game. Enter in 2 weeks ago, they steamroll past Tri-Valley, who they played tonight, 41-0, and then last week they traveled to Del Rapids to take on the number 2 team in Class 11A and coming away with a 20-point victory, 34-14. And after 42 years, last year, the Lennox Orioles, winning their first state title in Class 11A, are looking to repeat, and they come in as one of the hottest teams in Class 11A. It seems at this point, maybe 2 teams, if not just one, stand in their way of getting back to the Dakota Dome and for another chance at trying to repeat as Class 11A champions. Along with Cole Larsch, good evening. I'm Heath Nimke. It's great to have you along on this Thursday night with kickoff quickly approaching at 6 o'clock. We go back to just a couple weeks ago where these two teams faced off, and it was, well, if you will, a blowout really since the second quarter where Lennox just rolled right past the Tri-Valley Mustangs, including leading 14-0 as they ended the first quarter, and then from there another 4 touchdowns were added, and it was almost a 35-point lead for the Lennox Orioles going into halftime. They would score with 9:48 in the third quarter to make it 41-0. Neither team scored after that, and for the Lennox Orioles, it was in big part to their passing, but also had a few big key runs from their main running back, Ramsey Williams, who is looking to see if he can't terrorize the Tri-Valley Mustangs once again. We're going to dive into this one a lot more, including taking a look at what we have coming up for the rest of the 3 games happening in Class 11A for the postseason. We'll also join with my broadcast partner, Cole Larsch, who has gotten his chance to see a little bit more of this Tri-Valley Mustangs, and he'll tell you what to expect from the Mustangs. Plus, we'll get to our starting lineups and plenty more. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Lennox Electric, serving Lennox and surrounding southeast South Dakota communities, offering commercial, residential, farm service, and electrical products. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Total Tree Service. When you hire Total Tree Service, you'll be guaranteed the job is done safely and effectively. Contact Clint today to schedule a consultation to help you with all your tree care needs. It is the quarterfinals in 11A postseason action. Number 3 seed, Lennox Orioles taking on the 6 seed, the Tri-Valley Mustangs. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break. When we come back, it's time to look at the Class 11 postseason. That's on the way next here on Lennox Orioles Live and Live Ticket TV.
Synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
It's the matchup of the 3 seed versus the 6 seed here at the Sitting Sports Complex. Along with Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. Lennox versus Tri-Valley, the Class 11A quarterfinals. 8 teams enter, only 2 make it to the Dakota Dome, and it feels like we could be seeing one obvious team Sioux Falls Christian, who has dominated Class 11A so far. The next question, it feels like at this point, is who's going to be joining them. Now, obviously, it is playoffs. Anything can happen. So let's dive in a little bit more to how we have gotten to this point, the teams that have made it, and what we should be expecting for the first round. And we'll begin with the top of the bracket there with the 1 seed Sioux Falls Christian and the 8 seed Rapid City Christian. Bring in my broadcast partner, Cole Larsch. Cole, is there really much to say besides at least Rapid City Christian gets to see the University of Sioux Falls Sports Complex and enjoy a nice turf field?
Well, I mean, there's a couple different takeaways we can take away from this. Obviously, Sioux Falls Christian, everybody knows this. They are the team right now in Class 11A. Rapid City Christian, they really, I mean, before the season, they had kind of talks like they're going to be one of the top contenders coming out over there out west, and they just had a really disappointing start to their season. Never could really get their footing, and then once they finally did, I think it was just too little, too late. You see, they're the 8th seed at 5-4. That's just kind of how it shook out this year in 11A. Took a couple of really bad losses early in the year. This is a team with really good potential. Now they've got the athletes. I think if this was maybe any other team other than Sioux Falls Christian, they might have a fighting chance, but this Rapid City Christian team has just been very disappointing this season. They're going to get a play at a great complex, but other than that, not much to talk about.
And you mentioned as well, 5-4. This year, everything went to chalk, if you will, when it comes to overall records. Everyone that had a winning record in Class 11A made the postseason. Belfouche, Canton, Dakota Valley, Custer, Vermilion, Lakota Tech all missed out on the postseason. Next one, I think, is the most intriguing matchup as of right now. Madison and West Central, the 4 and the 5. It seemed at one point Madison could finish as high as the 2 seed after they beat Del Rapids. They came off to a flying start, Cole, and they just were a really great team. They kind of fell off late in that season, and Madison, West Central have not seen each other yet this season. What should we expect, as we have both seen both those teams play so far?
I think, like you said, this is one of the most interesting matchups because they're not separated by very far at all. Probably if you get out of the Sioux Falls Metro, the closest matchup you can get. And these two teams did not play each other. Both these teams have very explosive offenses. I think the biggest key is going to be West Central in this game. If they can keep this one close, they've got 3 losses in the season. Their opening loss was a 24-point loss to Sioux Falls Christian, then a 1-point loss to Del Rapids, and a 1-point loss to Millbank, and a 2-point win over Lennox. So they've played close with a lot of really good teams. It's if they can get over that hump. I have a very strong feeling this game is going to be close all throughout the game. And again, they get to play at a great facility as well up there at Dakota State. This one, I mean, this is going to be one of those games where we could see a 35-34 game, or we could see a 10-7 game, depending on which defense shows up the best. I think this is going to be a high-scoring, firepower-filled game. It's going to be really close. It just depends on, honestly, whoever's got the ball last in this one.
And remember, fans, we aren't going to know a lot about these scores, as most of these games are happening a little bit later at 7 o'clock. I do see at the bottom right now, Cole, that a score is being reported on the Sioux Falls Lincoln game and also the Del Rapids St. Mary's games. Those games have multiple games at their venues, is what I'm trying to say. So that's like the only reason. We have a few, I think 3 other games kicking off at 6. Otherwise, all the majority of the other games kicking off at 7 o'clock. Del Rapids, Millbank did see each other this season, week 4. It was a 36-7 victory. Del Rapids, Cole, it feels like as the 2 seed, they should win again. But one thing about Del Rapids, they haven't blown anybody out. They haven't necessarily taken care of business, if you will. But should that one go to chalk? What are you thinking on that one?
This Del Rapids, they're coming off 2 straight losses to Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox. Also took that 1-point loss second week of the season to Madison. But this is just a Millbank team that we just haven't quite seen them. I mean, they picked up a little bit of momentum late in the season before taking a 14-point loss to Madison. I think this is going to be tough, but like you said, Del Rapids they really haven't quite had this statement win yet. They've obviously had some really solid wins, but kind of just low scoring, like a touchdown or 2 difference. Really haven't had that big win. I think this is their best chance to get this really big win over Millbank. Millbank's going to be tough, but they've played one of the easiest schedules. As you can see, they're 6-3 down at the 7 seed.
Yep.
Del Rapids has played a really tough schedule, 6-3 at the number 2 seed. I think that just goes to show you the strength of schedule difference. I think Del Rapids is going to take this one handily. I think this is going to be their first big statement win of the season.
Along with Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. The playoff preview has been brought to you by Security Bank. As Lennox continues to grow, Security Bank is here to grow with it, offering community-first banking, trusted guidance, and a lasting commitment to the people we serve. There's one other game we haven't talked about. That's because we're going to dive in more to these two teams. We're going to step aside for a quick minute when we come back. Let's learn more about the Tri-Valley Mustangs. 41-0 the last two times, or 41-0 I should say, last time these two teams met. Is it going to go that way? What should we expect from Tri-Valley? That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Got a tree that's become more trouble than it's worth? Call Total Tree Service, your local experts in tree removal, stump grinding, and storm damage cleanup. Whether it's one tree or an entire lot, no job is too big or too small. Fast, safe, and always professional. Call Total Tree Service today and let your yard breathe again. Visit TotalTreeServiceSD.com or give them a call 940-7359.
We've been part of South Dakota's story for decades, always with an eye on the future and a deep respect for our past. Today, Security Bank is growing faster than ever, thanks to a visionary leadership team that understands the importance of balancing advanced technology with the power of authentic relationships.
Back here on Live Ticket TV, tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Temple Insurance, homegrown insurance with heart, clarity, and no runaround. Get coverage that fits your life, home, auto, or farm with real guidance from real people who live right where you live. Great to have you along here on tonight's broadcast as we dive in deeper into the matchup. The 3 seed, the Lennox Orioles, taking on the 6 seed Tri-Valley Mustangs. My broadcast partner, Cole Larsch. I'm Heath Nimke. Cole, this is a team of Tri-Valley that, again, first we look 2 weeks ago, 41-0. Simple paper will tell you this isn't going to be much of a contest again. This is going to be an easy victory, running clock. Lennox fans are going to enjoy their night. Tri-Valley, it is what it is. But that's not necessarily how things go on the repeat. What should we expect from the Tri-Valley Mustangs tonight?
Well, this is a Tri-Valley team that they've kind of, I don't know if confused is the right word, but that is the actually right word. That's the word I'm going to say. They have confused me a couple times this season. They came in down to the Dakota Dome, down on Vermilion, with all these rushing yards, all these 3 running backs that have just run the ball really well, this really big offensive line, and then they come out with a different quarterback and pass it around for 280 yards. This is the team that if Lennox can get them to be one-dimensional, as they did in the first matchup, I think it's going to go pretty similar to how it did. However, if Tri-Valley is able to just open up all facets of their offense, be able to run the ball efficiently, be able to pass the ball really well, as they've shown multiple times this season, they're going to be successful. However, this is a very stout Lennox Orioles defense that really got to them the first time. Clearly didn't allow anything to happen. But I think they're going to try to switch things up a little bit. I think they're going to try maybe a couple different formations, try to get a little bit more quick pass motion, just try to get all those yards. Then ultimately they're going to try to control time of possession. I think that's going to be a big story for both these teams today, especially now in the playoffs, a little chilly outside. If you can hold on to that football the longest, you're going to give yourself the best chance.
When it comes to Lennox defensively, one thing they've really prided themselves on is their secondary. We saw that the last home game for the Lennox Orioles, they were able to really shut down the pass. You mentioned it against Vermilion earlier this season, how they came out with how they're just a run-first team, that they were able to start throwing the football around with Brady Jewett. Knowing how good this secondary is for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, how do they try to combat that? Do you think they get back a little bit more to the running game and try to do, like you said, control the football with the possession? or do you see a lot more short passes from Tri-Valley?
I think you're going to see a mix of that because I think what they're going to try to do is just spread them out and then try to get some linebacker matchups in the passing game. They've got a lot of big tight ends. Kobe Chrome, 6'2", 165, going to be one of their biggest targets. And then they're just going to try to get him up against a linebacker and just kind of try to take as much advantage of that matchup as possible. Get 4 or 5 yards a pop. That's all you want on these quick passing actions. But I think it's going to be a combo. Then you can spread it out and run it a little bit, see if you can open up some running lanes. But if they come out and try a bunch of deep passes, I don't think it's going to work very well for them. Because like you said, Lennox's defense, specifically their secondary, has been exceptional this season at stopping all things like 8 yards and deeper on the pass game. But they also have a really good crew up front to try to stop the run. Tri-Valley's got a tough test ahead of them. But I think you just got to, it's playoffs. It's win or go home. So you got to start trying something different. I think it's going to be a big mixture of all kinds of different formations for Tri-Valley.
One of the things, fans, you have to look at for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, as you can see it there on the screen, comparing these schedules. Look at Tri-Valley. Out of their 6 wins this season, 4 of those teams in Class 11A did not make the postseason. So that's just not saying they had an easy schedule, but when you look at comparison, it's a little bit different from what the Lennox Orioles had to go through. And, of course, these two teams met 2 weeks ago, 41-0. Our Tri-Valley preview has been brought to you by Weeman Land and Auction. Whether it's buying or selling your land, home, farm, business, farm equipment, or any other personal property, they're here to make that process a little bit easier. There's no job too big or too small, so give them a call. They're happy to work with you. We're going to step aside. When we come back, let's dive in deeper to the team in all black tonight. The Lennox Orioles, the home team. What should we expect from them when it comes to offensively and defensively? That's on the way next in 1 minute here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Proud supporters of the Orioles. It's New Era Steel in Viborg. They've been in the steel business for over 20 years. New Era Steel creates custom steel fabrications across the Midwest. From small projects around the house to new building designs, New Era Steel works in residential, commercial, and industrial. Supporting the community and the Orioles, Matt and his crew are always ready for your next steel project in America.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
What has made this Lennox Orioles football team so successful offensively has not been one specific person, but more specifically 2 different quarterbacks. You complement that with a running back who has carried it for over 130 times and over 700 yards, along with 10 touchdowns. It has been so many different weapons that the Lennox Orioles can go to. That's what makes them so unique. Again, you talk about Huntington in there as the quarterback who's not only able to throw the football, throwing it for over 1,000 yards, but also being able to use his feet so far this season, including a few touchdowns. But on the opposite side, you bring in Halls, who's also been extremely successful throwing the football for almost 1,000 yards himself and also 11 touchdown passes. Now, not a man that necessarily uses his feet a lot, but again, you bring in Williams, who's been able to really carry the load when it comes to running the football. And, of course, you can't forget about the wide receiving group either of this Lennox Orioles team. You look at it, 9 different guys have caught the football. And we're not just saying they've caught the football, but they have played in all games. That's how much of a rotation this Lennox Oriole football team has. And you look at maybe 3-4 key contributors, including Mickelson, Gertis, Juffer, and Ike. All big players, all have touchdowns to their name. The main target, though, when it gets to the red zone is going to be Mickelson. He's caught the football 14 times inside pay dirt, and he's a big key that both Huntington and Halls have looked to so far this season. Cole, that being said, I know this is your first time watching the Lennox Orioles, but you have seen them out there on tape and watching other games. It certainly has to be a very set. You compare them a lot to Sioux Falls Christian, if you will, on just their playmaking ability. It's so spread. It's so hard to key on one player to slow down.
Yeah, and that's what makes that's the reason why they're one of the top teams in the classes. They just have so much talent all across, both sides of the football, but especially offensively, like you said, it is so hard just to key on one person. Usually, you only have to key on one quarterback for most teams, and now you have to scout for 2, along with other good receivers, all our good running backs as well. This is a very hard team to play against, and they've shown that this season. They've really gotten into a groove as of late as well. They've shown clearly why they, maybe try to make a bid for that number 2 seed, try to get a home field advantage next week, but sitting here at the 3, this is a very tough Lennox Orioles team, and I think no matter who they play, they're going to have a pretty good edge in these first 2 rounds. Obviously got to get past Tri-Valley first, but they're just hoping to just do exactly what they did the last time these 2 teams played and just put a bunch of points up on the board and let the defense go to work.
Cole, when it comes to the defense, one thing that's going to make this a tough game for the Tri-Valley Mustangs is you look at Tri-Valley, they have a lot of guys that go both ways. For Lennox, they have really prided themselves this year. They have a few guys that will go both ways, but their linebacking group of Weldryer and also Spielman have been just amazing when it comes to the linebacking group. But how much does that play a factor, especially defensively, when you can constantly bring out fresh bodies like Lennox does?
It makes a huge difference. Even if you're starting the same guys both ways, if you can have a new rotation come in every couple of plays, which we're going to see, especially from this Lennox team, and they're going to be really tough to play, especially when you get in the playoffs, as every possession matters. You get late in this game. If it's a grind-out slugfest, type of game, then it's going to be very difficult for Tri-Valley. Like you said, they start 9 guys both ways, and we've seen them kind of get run down late in games in some of their contests, and it's really shown in the final score, the effect that it's had. But for Lennox, if you can just keep bringing in new bodies, give you 2 plays, give a little bit of a rest. Don't have to worry about getting too hot today, as it's going to be a little chilly as the sun goes down, but still, you're out there, and the more rotations you can get, the better it's going to be for you, and I think Lennox has the big advantage in that side of things.
Before I let you go, one quick note. I know fans at home aren't seeing it right now because we have a graphic, which is fine. You're not missing a whole lot because Lennox, actually, when it comes to pregame warmups, they stretch, they go through some kicking, and that is it. And they come out 15 minutes with what's left on a clock and do those simple warm-ups because Coach Flanagan does not want other teams to see what he's planning out here. I bring that up, Cole, because right now we just watched Tri-Valley come in double tight and just run the football. All of a sudden, they're spreading things out and looks like they can be throwing the football a lot. Does it make it any easier for you now, Cole, on what Tri-Valley, or does it just make it more confusing on what the Mustangs might show tonight against the Lennox Orioles?
Well, this is one of those deals where I kind of go back to my playing days, not that long ago, but now 4 years, and we would often, a lot of times, depending on which team we were playing, is we would line up in formations that we did not practice throughout the season and would just go in random formations, even though I think every team we played knew exactly what was going to happen. We're just going to run the football, and that seemed to work pretty well for us. But there was a lot of times where we would just go out in pregame and just say, hey, let's just start working on random stuff because we know it works. Let's see if this works. You can see both sides of that argument. I don't know. I don't think you're doing much scouting 30 minutes before the game, though, in my opinion.
I don't think so either, but each coach has their own superstition, and some will say they like the way they do things. Fans, it's an exciting night here in Lennox. Again, we talked about it 20 days ago when Madison came to town. It seemed like Lennox would almost have to win out if they wanted to host a first-round playoff game. And again, for the Lennox Orioles, it had been 42 years after last year since they'd won a state championship. Well, they finally got that monkey off their back, and now they are trying to repeat. And again, the way this Lennox Oriole football team looks, the way they have been playing late, if they take care of business tonight, if everything goes as chalk, they'll be back up in Del Rapids again. And again, we just saw them win by 20. The question is that going to happen again? Well, of course, tonight's quarterfinals, so let's just play one game at a time and see how things go. All right, let's get to our starting lineups from both the Lennox Orioles and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Since Tri-Valley is not going to introduce themselves individually, they still like to be going as a team, we will introduce their offense, and for the Lennox Orioles, we'll go with the PA announcer here and announce defensive stars, so let's get right into it. Looking at the defensive backs for tonight for the Lennox Orioles, it'll be number 1, Cole Spieler, the 6'2 defensive back, number 6, junior, Aiden Hansen, number 10, the defensive back, Tate Gertis, and finally also number 5, Ramsey Williams, who is a two-way starter. The linebackers include Drake Mickelson, Jevin Leffers, and also Max Willdryer. And finally, on the defensive line, it'll be Nolan Spielman, Gavin Horner, Weston Richards, and Leif Carlson for the Lennox defense here tonight as they introduce them here at Synex Sports Complex. Quickly for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, let's take a look at what they'll be bringing offensively. At the tackles, it'll be number 67, Connor Kurthers, and number 60, Luke Nielich. At the guards, it'll be number 56, Xavier Yount, and also number 70, Lawson Lodmer. And at the center, it'll be number 68, Miles Nebelsick. For the running backs, that will change around throughout the night, but if they go according to what we should see, it'll be number 3, Brody Divig, also number 5, Landon Reiser, and number 9, Parker Hemme. The 2 tight ends that will also split out and play wide receiver, number 2, Owen Effling, and number 87, Kobe Chrome. We'll also see in there at wide receiver at times, Ty Owen, who will play in there. And finally, the starting quarterback tonight for the Tri-Valley Mustangs will be number 15, Brady Jewett. And as a look at your defensive stars for the Lennox Orioles and your offensive stars for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Again, it is the matchup between the 3 seed Tri-Valley, who comes in at 7-2 overall. They finished 6-2 in DAC 12 play, and the number 6 seed Tri-Valley Mustangs, who finished their season 6-3, 3-3 in the DAC 12. We're going to step aside for our national anthem. When we come back, it's kickoff between the Orioles and the Mustangs. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Upgrade your ride at Grossenberg Implement, your Polaris dealer in Beersford.
Harvest and hunting are on the horizon.
So rap with Ranger Rick about limited time rebates on remaining 2023 Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides.
Rick's also got used machines in stock.
Plus parts, accessories, and service.
Upgrade your ride, dude.
You upgrade your ride.
With a new Polaris from Grossenberg's in Beersford.
Go to GrossenbergPowersports.com, Facebook, or call 605-763-5020.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Are you stuck in a job that gives you no family life? Work for Sue Steele and enjoy a 4-day work week. Choose from first or second shift and receive a sign-on bonus. Sue Steele builds farm bins and livestock solutions. Sue Steele is hiring right now for machine operators and general laborers for both first and second shift. Sue Steele makes it easy to apply. Go to their ProTech division in Lennox for walk-in interviews Monday through Thursday from 1 till 5, or apply online at SueSteele.com. Join the Sue Steele team and work a flexible, family-friendly 4-day work week.
Dreaming of a perfectly manicured property? Or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now, you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all, too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to Grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Victory after another for the Lennox Orioles as they ended their season after beginning 2-2 with 5 straight wins, including 2 weeks ago with a 41-0 victory right against this team, the Tri-Valley Mustangs. They'll look to do that again and get to the semifinals, and for the Lennox Orioles, ultimately trying to defend their state title after they won it for the first time in 42 years a year ago. I'm Heath Nimke, along with Cole Larsch. Lennox will get the football first. Cole, you ready for 11A football playoffs here on Live Ticket TV?
Well, I think if I'm not ready now, I don't think I'll ever be ready. I'm excited. This is besides a little bit of a breeze, perfect playoff football weather here in late October. I mean, this is what you think of. This is what you dream of. These times of nights start a little bit early, so you're kicking off while you still got a little bit of sunlight in there too. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game.
It certainly should be. Again, you look at 2 weeks ago, 41-0. You might think as a Lennox fan, well, maybe that should go that way again. But certainly, the Tri-Valley Mustangs have made some changes, and they want to get right. Again, this was a Mustangs team that had a great start to their season as well. Winning their first 4 games, they were in the conversation for top 5 team in Class 11A, according to the media. But they have since come on maybe some tougher times, seeing some a little bit more stout competition in their latter portion of the season. And tonight they're just looking to see if they can't get this playoffs in the right way and get an upset. It is going to be kicked short by Williams and stabbed on the ground immediately by Talon Ike, the senior tight end, who pounced right on it at the 45. So the Lennox Orioles will start up in great field position at the 45-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10, as Cole mentioned. The sun is still up as we are seeing this game start at 6 o'clock. The only game in the quarterfinals on Class 11A with the game starting at 6. All other games are starting at 7 o'clock tonight. It is a bad snap controlled by Gertis, now given off to Huntington. He throws it at the ground. It can't get off to a worse start for the Lennox Orioles. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. And again, it will be Jamin Huntington who will start at the quarterback position. They do run this 2-quarterback position for the Lennox Orioles.
Well, it could have gotten off to a worse start if it was a fumble. At the end of the day, it's incomplete, so we're 2nd and 10, and Lennox is right back out there.
So again, it will still be Huntington at the quarterback position. He swings it over to the far side and cut it upfield, got some space, and just cut down past the 35-yard line is his favorite wide receiver of Drake Mickelson, and it's a 1st down for the Lennox Orioles, a pickup of 18 yards.
And now that is how you want to start the game right there. Just a quick pitch and catch, get a little space on the far sideline, and like we said, let your athletes do the work for you and make a play.
They'll bring it back to the 35, so just to pick up a 15 yards, but a handoff this time to Tate Gertis on the jet sweep, and Gertis tries to find himself through the bodies of humanity before he's finally taken, or wrapped up, I should say, at the 32-yard line for a 3-yard gain.
And this Lennox Orioles offense, we're going to see them. I think we're going to see this from both these teams, just try to start out just a little bit chunk plays, get the offense settled, and just keep on driving down the field.
Twin set to either side with Ramsey in the backfield. Huntington feels the pressure. He's trying to throw up his hands to point to wide receivers, and in the end, he's just going to be wrapped up and taken down for a sack. It's going to be a loss of 5 yards, and now bring up 3rd down and 12.
3rd down and less than ideal, as I like to call this, for the Lennox Orioles right now, but this is an offense that is very capable of converting this long yardage.
So quickly back underneath center, and then there is whistles, late penalty flags, and it looks like it is going to be against the Lennox Orioles and moving them back a little bit more. Our head referee tonight, Joe Fredrickson, along with his crew, the umpire Jeff Morehouse, the linesman Alex Kinkel, the line judge James Benning, and also the back judge Travis Van Hofwegen, who will be the starters for tonight. So now 3rd down and 18 for the Lennox Orioles. Back to pass as Hunting gets hit. It's kind of come out there loose, and it's going to be picked off going the opposite way. It's Ty Owen, and Ty is going to be wrapped up at the 30-yard line, but it's a big INT for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, and they're going to set up in great field possession for their first offensive possession.
Yeah, just like you said, this is, for both these offense, exactly how you wanted to start field position-wise. Just a great job defensively. Tri-Valley showing that they're going to want to bring a lot of pressure every single play, and so far that's what they showed every single one. Finally got to him, kind of affected that pass.
They officially mark him down at the 32-yard line, so that's where Tri-Valley will start 1st down and 10 with 10-16 here in the first quarter, but it is an early interception. Again, it'll be Brady Jewett, who is the quarterback. He's underneath center, and it's going to be a quick swing pass. Cole, just as you mentioned, quick passes, but this time Lennox defense was all over it.
Yeah, that's the only downside about playing this great Lennox defense is you want to start off with these quick throws, exactly what Lennox did. Just try to get some little bit chunk yardage, get the offense on a positive start, and then it's just this really good secondary. I think you want to do those quick plays. You got to try to go over the middle, trying to more to those linebacking core. Not saying Lennox's linebacking core is bad, but they've got a really good secondary.
And again, fans, if you're looking to have family, anyone out there trying to stream the game, you can find it right here, Lennox Orioles Sports. Free to watch. Make sure you share out the link. Anyone can out there watch the game tonight. Back underneath center is Jewett with 2 in tight. He's going to go deep with it, and this one going to be broken up. Nice job by the defensive back that time, Cole Spieler, who just plays defensively. Shouts and screams for pass interference, but that looked like a great call by the officials, if I should say a no call, and it's going to bring up now 3rd down for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
I think that's one of those where you could have gone either way, but now we're in the playoffs. We're not going to call every single little tic-tac. It's going to be one of those where you're going to see a lot of officials all across the state just go, we're going to let the players decide this one and not us referees throwing 15 flags a game.
3rd down and 15. Ball was at the 37. Again, Tri-Valley took over 1st and 10 at the 32. Their first play offensively went back 5 yards. Jewett back to pass once again. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to be able to get by one defender as he's going down at about the 23-yard line. He is going to be close, and they're going to spot him a yard short. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Cole, 4-down territory for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Yeah, I think absolutely, especially in the playoffs. You want to get started early. You want to limit Lennox's offensive chances. You just don't want to give them a free one. I'd say you're definitely too close to punt. Not sure how their field goal game has been looking this time of year, but especially now, these little chillier temperatures, we're going to see a lot of teams go for it.
And we have seen what was a very blustery afternoon really calm down here at the Sitting Sports Complex. This time, though, Jewett's not going to go underneath center. Pistol formation as he stands in the 31. They're going to try to hand it off. Shakes off a couple tacklers. Still trying to go. Wrapped up by the helmet. There is going to be a face mask that called. But what a great, tough run there by DeVig, and he just a tough run overall as he check it back out here on the instant replay. and then add on a little 5-yard face mask penalty as well.
But a great run. I mean, that was bottled up at the line of scrimmage, really nothing going on. And Dybvig just able to spin out of it and make something out of nothing, and all of a sudden, Tri-Valley in a great position inside the red zone.
So again, add on the 5-yard face mask penalty to the end of the run. It moves the football up to the 15-yard line inside the red zone. Go the Tri-Valley Mustangs. One in motion. They're going to hand it off, trying to find some space, and going to be wrapped up in the end zone. Touchdown, Tri-Valley. It's Landon Reiser who's able to get on the scoreboard first. And after 2 weeks ago where the Tri-Valley Mustangs didn't score against the Lennox Orioles, they're able to punch it in from 15 yards out, and they lead 6-0.
This is exactly what we talk about, not only just in the playoffs, but all throughout the season. It's all about having the football, that crucial takeaway by the Mustangs defense, able to get their offense in a great position, and they've taken the early first quarter lead.
Again, Landon Reiser just got it, found the open space, was able to usher his way through and score for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. An extra point is good by Jackson Williams, and Tri-Valley leads early 7-0 with 8:14 remaining in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Not only an interception with a big return, but capitalize it, going for it on 4th down, getting the first down, and then scoring. It felt like Tri-Valley might have hit the lottery right away to start this first quarter against the Lennox Orioles, and they lead it early 7-0 over the Lennox Orioles. Along with Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. Williams has it teed up at the 40-yard line for the kickoff. Again, it's low once again, and it's going to be finally just kind of two different guys able to hop on top of it there for the Lennox Orioles, and they will set up first down and 10 right around the 30-yard line. And Cole will see Huntington back out there. Got to pick up the blitz that we saw Tri-Valley really come there in that first offensive drive.
Yeah, it seemed like the first couple plays, both teams were just kind of feeling each other out, and then Tri-Valley all of a sudden brought almost everybody they could, 3 plays in a row, got some quarterback pressure, and then finally was able to get the turnover based on that pressure.
They put Gertis in motion, but instead it's going to be a handoff to Ramsey Williams, who gets maybe a yard or 2 and bring up 2nd down and 8.
I will say both these teams, well, obviously Lennox traveled quite well. It's their home game, but on the far side, a little bit of an earlier start, but everybody from Tri-Valley seemed to have traveled well. This is classic 11A quarterfinal here today.
2 wide receivers set to either side. Shotgun formation for Huntington, and then with Williams back behind him as well. It's going to be a quick swing pass, and then a late hit. No penalty flag thrown as it went through the hands of Juffer, and then applying the hit late, Owen Effling. And again, official right there did not throw the flag. I'll let you judge at home whether it should have been a 15-yard penalty or not.
Great no call. Incidental, he was letting up at the end.
2 wide receivers set to either side as Jamin trying to get everyone into place. Back to pass, looks over to the far sideline, and penalty flag called. That time it looked like Oyen was getting there a little early. Now going down to make a catch might have been Drake Mickelson, but it's going to be a penalty on the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It looks like it's going to bring it first down.
Saw it back there on our instant replay, got it all configured and up and ready. Yeah, Oyen was just there, kind of made the tackle a little bit, almost looked like he kind of tripped and then brought the receiver down with him. I think this is going to be a for sure pass interference.
That's what they finally come together and say that it is pass interference on the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Exactly what we thought. And it will be a big 15-yard penalty, and more specifically, give a first down to the Lennox Orioles. We've now seen 3 different penalty flags here in the first quarter, 2 against the Lennox Orioles, 1 against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Moves the football all the way up to the 47-yard line. It's going to be the RPO, and maybe this time should have been kept by Huntington as Williams had nowhere to go. He's gobbled up in the backfield, and it's going to bring up second down.
That time Tri-Valley really didn't even bring in blitzers per se. It was just their rush of their front defensive line, and that's what they've been really good at so far this season, is just kind of causing confusion and pressure on the offensive line. And so far early here in the first quarter, that's exactly what they've done to Lennox.
And this time it was O'Lean who was on the last carry. That lost 2 yards for the Lennox Orioles. This time a quick slant pass as able to shake off one whippy tackler and all the way up to the 40-yard line. As that one, great catch by Juffer and a first down for the for the Lennox Orioles on a pitch and catch of 14 yards.
This is exactly what we saw them do in their first series. Now we just got to hold on to the football and keep on pushing.
Up to the 40-yard line, Lennox Orioles have it first down and 10. This time they're going to go back to O'Lean, who's gotten some more carries on this second drive. He's able to bounce it to the outside, and he picks up about 9, maybe 10, depending on where they mark him out.
Looks like they are going to mark him a yard short down that far sideline, but just a really good job up front that time by the Lennox offensive line. Just let the running back get a little bit of space. Let your athletes make some plays.
Again, O'Lean coming into this game had only carried the football 33 times. He's being a big key piece to this offense right now on this second drive. Looking deep this time is Huntington. A little bit of hand fighting down the field, and this one falls incomplete as they were looking for Juffer along the near sideline.
They're down and very short. I think it's 4-down territory for each of these teams as once you get this close, especially in the playoffs. But Lennox, that's a great opportunity right there to take a shot to the end zone, second down and really short. Now just probably a simple run play, get yourself the first down.
Wide receiver split to either side. Gertis goes in motion. It's going to be an RPO. Huntington on the keeper. He needed to get to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31 for a gain of nothing, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
They had the right concept, just could not quite get the yardage they need. Now it's fourth and about a foot. They're going to go quick.
Again, Huntington doesn't really go underneath center. Stands at the 35 in shotgun formation. They need to get to the 30, just a yard. And now it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Flanagan. This first quarter is brought to you by Lennox Electric, serving Lennox and the surrounding southeast South Dakota communities, offering commercial, residential, farm service, and electrical projects. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Live Ticket TV. Would you like to advertise on Lennox Orioles sports? Well, it's simple to do, and you can get your name out there for the basketball season and also all of volleyball and football next year. You can just contact John Kirchner or myself. It's less than $700 for the year, so get signed up today. And again, we can get you signed up for the Lennox basketball season. Cole, when it comes to Lennox, and you talk about their high school sports, basketball, boys and girls, always towards the top.
Oh, I mean, it seems like every year, everybody in this area just along I-90 and south on I-29, it seems like everybody's just so solid, but a lot of great athletic programs and fine arts programs here in Lennox.
Don't have to worry about T anymore, and it sounds like the Vermilion Tanagers, on the girls' side at least, are going to be a little bit on the downside, so that's a plus for the Lennox Orioles. Now, unfortunately for the boys, it sounds like the Tanagers, who have always been their Achilles heels, is going to be decent once again this year. All right, back to football. It's 4th down and 1, ball at the 31-yard line. Still out there are the Lennox Orioles. They put Gertis in motion, but instead they're going to hand it off to Williams, and just like he did in the first time these two teams met, big runs. And Williams gashes the defense right up the middle and inside the red zone all the way down to the 12-yard line.
That's just a prime example of what we talked about in the pregame. It's really hard to key on any one player for Lennox. I mean, that play in itself could have had 4 different directions it could have went, and they handed it up the middle, got first down.
And it's already 2 carries for 22 yards for Ramsey Williams, who's back out of the game at the moment. And now it's going to be a quick little swing pass as trying to break free and nothing doing as Drake Mickelson is wrapped up right away. It's going to bring up second down.
Again, both these teams trying to go quick towards the sideline, working the short side of the field out there on the far side as we see it. But again, still in the red zone. Can still get the first down before the goal line, and Lennox going to keep on churning.
5:05, first quarter. Gertis is in motion. This time they're going to hand it off to him on the jet sweep. Gertis is looking for the corner, and it's a great ankle tackle, and that time by Tri-Valley Mustangs. And it's going to bring up now, looks like third and short. Well, maybe third about 4, actually, as they didn't quite give Tate Gertis, well, I thought maybe a little bit more yards, but still a manageable third down.
Yeah, third down and decently short. Like you said, great ankle tackle right there by Brody Dibvig. Going to be hearing his name a lot for the Mustangs tonight.
So third down and 4, ball at the 6-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Oline, who bounces it to the outside. And Oline, who came into tonight carrying the football just 33 times during the regular season, finds his hat trick, third touchdown of the season, and we're an extra point away from tying this up here in the quarterfinals between the Lennox Orioles and the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Exactly what we expected. Maybe not who we expected from this Lennox offense, but spread the ball out, get a lot of your athletes the football, and give your offense a chance. If they don't get that turnover in the first, I mean, this could be a 2-score game.
And unfortunately, it is going to stay a 1-point lead if you're a Lennox Orioles fan, as McVeigh put his extra point off the right upright. No good. 7-6, 4:23, Tri-Valley with a 1-point lead. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate in the greater Sioux Falls area? Look no further than the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. With over 10 years experience in homes, this team has you covered from finding your dream home to designing and building your own. Julie Roth and her team put your needs first, whether it's your first home or fifth home. Experience hassle-free home buying and selling with the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. For information, visit julierothrealestate.com or call 605-740-0645.
That Lennox Oriole touchdown was brought to you by Grossenberg Implement. With their locations across South Dakota and Nebraska, they are here to support the farmer each and every farming season. And there's a good kick there by McVeigh, but we're going to get the very rare offsides on the kicking team. And again, you're allowed to run, but you're not allowed to cross the 40 until the ball is kicked. And Cole, this is why we just go to simple NFL rules for kickoffs and just keep it that way across all platforms. I only say that because I know you hate that new rule.
You're just trying to get me fired up with 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Yeah. No.
So
don't do what he just said. Do not. Please. NFHS, SDHSAA, if you're listening, do not do that, please.
So we'll move it back 5 yards. Everyone take an extra step. Make sure McVeigh's able to kick it off. Able to do so, puts it right in the same vicinity as he did the first kick. And good return here by the Tri-Valley Mustangs as they're able to get it all the way up to the 43-yard line. And it was tight in there, but it looks like they're going to call a face mask as we check it back here on the instant replay. Oh, yeah, good call there by the officials.
I don't think we're going to get just a 5-yard this time either.
Yep, as DeVig got his face mask pulled, and he went down to the ground getting his face mask pulled. Like I said, from my angle, it looked tight, but watch on instant replay, very obvious.
Yeah, we had a great camera angle on it here, and as you can see there, marching off the 15 yards, so Tri-Valley once again in great offensive position in plus territory, starting at the 42-yard line.
4 penalties for 30 yards against the Lennox Orioles already in this first quarter. That is a game plan to get yourself in trouble. 7-6, it's a 1-point lead after a missed extra point on the touchdown. And now on the end around, trying to find some space and puts his helmet down, trying to lay a big hit is DeVig. And he's going to be wrestled out about the 40-yard line. Again, he put his helmet down, and DeVig is not getting up. He is slow, and he is right now down injured. And I can only imagine one of two, concussion or a shoulder. And I feel like at this point, Cole, you don't want either one.
No.
But
he's a big key to this Tri-Valley offense and defense. It kind of looked like the way he kind of led, it almost looked like more of his shoulder, and the defender kind of got him right on that shoulder as well. But again, this is...
And it can be a lot of different things when we talk about the shoulder as well. And unfortunately, one of the best injuries but worst injuries is the stinger to have. And you can really get those in the shoulder. It can feel like you almost broke something, but it's just going to take a moment. And he is shaking off his arm and moving his arm, running off. It looks like it might be one of those, just a quick stinger that it feels like something might have broke, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit out for sure a play, possibly even more depending on how long they're going to go over there and take a look at him. Glad to see he was off on his own power and almost jogging off as well. But still, it's second and long for the Mustangs.
4:03 first quarter. So now again, DeVig is out of the game for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, but have plenty of other running backs the Mustangs do, as this time Jewett will go underneath center. And speaking of, they'll hand it off to the man who's got a touchdown tonight, Landon Reiser, who's able to pick up about another 3-4 yards and bring up third down and 3. Actually, they're going to move a yard back now. Third down and 4, it looks like.
Yeah, like you said, a great trio of running backs, Brody Divvig, Landon Reiser. We're going to see a little Parker Hemme in there in the game as well, kind of get him rotated in as the game goes on. But that's unfortunately, you got to see that for the Mustangs and Divvig going off. But like you said, they still got a plethora of offensive weapons.
Yeah, haven't necessarily seen him on the far sideline, but we'll keep an eye out there to make sure that he is okay, and hopefully he's able to get back into this game. And it's going to be a fumbled snap, a lot of confusion as Jewett, as he was just kind of went down to come out with it, knew he never had it, and it will be Miles, the center, who's able to get right back on top of it. But Cole, big mistake there between the exchange of the quarterback and center, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Most important play of every game, no matter what time of game you're in, is the center quarterback exchange. We went from 3rd and manageable to now, you could argue, 4th and long.
So 4th down and 5. Ball is at the 37-yard line. They're 1 for 1 tonight on 4th down. Can they make it 2 for 2? Jewett will step up and looks over to the numbers far side, and they're going to say it is caught. First down, Tri-Valley Mustangs on the 7-yard pickup.
Great catch there that time by Landon Reiser along that far side. Was laid his body on the ground to try to shield the ball as much as possible and just caught it right in his chest.
2:22 first quarter. A great crowd on both hands for the Lennox Orioles and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. In the middle of somewhere, as I always like to say, in Colton, South Dakota is where Tri-Valley comes from. On the counter this time, they will hand it off in some space along the far side, pulled down by the jersey, and a big run for the Mustangs, and it's going to be another first down.
Hey, great job that time by yet another running back, and honestly can't even tell you his jersey number. Got
number 28, Junior. Was that Junior Faulkner who got the carry that time?
Looked like 26, but they don't have a 26 listed, so honestly I couldn't tell you. Either way, it's first down, just yet another great running back that this Mustangs team has.
So pick up a 12 yards and a first down, but more specifically, it gets inside the red zone as well. This time it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Jewett as he tries to cut his way through a few different tackles and able to get down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 yards. It'll bring up now 2nd down and 4.
Also, that running back definitely is wearing number 26. Unless I'm just going crazy. It might be 28. The freshman listed as a tight end linebacker, 5'6", 130.
Well, yeah, like you said, Cole, it does look like it's 26 from up here, but sometimes 6 and 8s go together. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and there goes Junior, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns, and it's now 13-6 pending the extra point.
Again, just a great plethora of running backs that the Tri-Valley Mustangs have, and they're going back to what they really were successful on early in the season, is just the run game, the run game, the run game. Lennox was able to stop it early, but the Mustangs doing a great job offensively right now.
So Williams on to kick the extra point. Plenty of pressure through the middle, but he's able to split the pipes 14-6 with less than a minute left to go in this first quarter. TV leads it by 8. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's a one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Back here on Live Ticket TV, again, there is a little bit of dispute on who is running the football wearing 26 tonight, as we don't have that on our roster. Cole, I wonder if that's actually going to be Cole Hendrickson, the 5'6 junior who's listed as number 21 on the roster that's carrying the football for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Again, a short kick. It goes right into the hands, though, by Spieler, and he gets a good return, and it'll be first down for the Lennox Orioles.
That was another one of the many running backs that Tri-Valley used in their game against the Tanagers was Hendrickson as well. I think that's the leader in the clubhouse right now. Would be.
I think so too. He's also a player that does. Well, how about we say juniors or freshmen? Nothing against freshmen, but just usually, if you have someone trusted that you'll go to,
very true.
It will probably be Cole Hendrickson, who is listed as a back and defensive back on their main roster. Nonetheless, it's Huntington on the first carry of the third possession for the Lennox Orioles. He's able to pick up 16 yards past the 50-yard line, and it's going to be at first down and 10 for Tri-Valley.
We do have a confirmed source that is number 21 Cole Hendrickson wearing number 26. His jersey tore in their last game, which is why he's wearing number 21 today.
There we go. Thank you for our trusted source getting that updated for us. Back to pass is Huntington. He's looking for Gertis, and it's going to be broken up. And coming in late is Owen Effling to push over Tate, and it will be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
It actually was not broken up. It was caught by the Orioles, and the pass interference is going to be declined.
So a big catch there by Tate Gertis as it rolled up his leg and all the way to the 10-yard line. So a 38-yard pitch and catch, and it's a first down for the Lennox Orioles. It's going to bring up first down and just short of goal.
Only 4 yards short.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back to the 14. It looked like that first. They had it up to the 10-yard line, but nonetheless, it only takes one play. Huntington from 14 yards out. It will be a touchdown. And the Lennox Orioles respond immediately, taking less than 40 seconds to score on their third possession, and it makes it 14-12. And it looks like the Lennox Oriole offense will stay out there.
Yeah, got to even up this game early. Don't want yourself to be at a 1-point disadvantage as we get later into this contest. They're going to take it all the way on the right hash as well, really spread things out.
So Huntington, shotgun formation. Going to fake the handoff to Williams, and it's going to be out to the tight end, and cutting up and in is Caitlin Ike, and we are tied 14-14 with 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And this matchup in the quarterfinals between the 3 seed and the 6 seed. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Synex Zip Trip is your local convenience store with 5 locations throughout South Dakota, offering top-tier gasoline and Synex premium diesel fuels. Stop in for a great selection of your favorite snacks, beverages, pizza, and other hot foods. Become a Zip Trip Rewards member and save 5 cents per gallon of fuel every day. Plus, earn and redeem points for further discounts. Sign up at SynexZipTrip.com. Synex Zip Trip is a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. When it comes to game day, let Zip Trip fill your food and fuel needs.
Cole, would you want some offense when it comes to postseason football? With 58 seconds left in this first quarter, we saw Tri-Valley Mustangs score. Lennox said, that's fine, we can do it too. They take less than a minute to get on the scoreboard and knot things up with a 2-point conversion. It's 14-14. And Cole, we'll see about one more play or so from Tri-Valley in this first quarter. 41-0 2 weeks ago. Throw that out the window. We got ourselves a ball game here at the Sitting Sports Complex.
Well, we kind of talked about it pregame as Tri-Valley's going to try to shift some things around a little bit, try to give the Lennox Orioles a couple different looks. That's exactly what they've done so far, and I mean, for lack of better terms, both defenses have been missing here in the first quarter.
3 wide receivers to the near side, but they're going to hand it off to number 26, and taking off and running tough. It's still on his feet. My goodness. Again, fans, if you're just tuning in, 26 tonight will be the usual number 21, Cole Hendrickson, who had his jersey ripped in the very last game, but a huge run here for Tri-Valley, and they have it all the way up to the 50-yard line. A run of 19 yards for Hendrickson, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Tonight's first quarter has been brought to you by New Era Steel in Viborg. New Era Steel is a proud supporter of the Lennox Orioles and the surrounding teams. We're back in 60 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
A great first quarter, 14-14 after 2 weeks ago. It was all Lennox in the middle of somewhere in Colton, South Dakota, where the Lennox Orioles picked up a 41-0 victory, including 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Well, tonight the Lennox Orioles do exactly the same, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. The difference is Tri-Valley also scores 2. There is smoke everywhere right now from a grill that is smelling wonderful off in the distance. Cole, it certainly feels like it's a great night for Thursday night football.
Yeah, you talk about, pregame, this smoke would have been blown all the way back down to, the Nebraska border, but the wind has calmed. The sun's starting to set. Beautiful night for some quarterfinals.
A quick pass this time, and bouncing off a couple tacklers, and once again, Landon Reiser is able to break free, get all the way up to the 30-yard line. It's a pitch and catch on the quick screen play of 20 yards.
All of these running backs, everybody that has possessed the football so far for Tri-Valley in this game has just been bound and determined not to go down with the first tackle. They're just bouncing off defenders left and right, spinning when they have to, juking when they have to, and they're doing a really good job running the football as they have done all season.
Jewett back underneath center once again. This time they're going to hand it off to Erickson, who's trying to break free, and it looks like he had his helmet wrapped up, but they're going to say not so. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 12.
And then just a rare loss of yardage play for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, but this is kind of where we've seen both these teams. You get to about the 30, 35, 40-yard line for both these teams. A couple possessions each, they've struggled a little bit, but now they're got to see how they respond here on 2nd and long.
Again, fans, in the first quarter, we saw Dipvig get injured on his shoulder. They do currently have his shoulder pads and jersey off, and they are continuing to work on his shoulder. He is questionable to return at the moment. Jewett back to pass, and now he's going to step up and call for some blocks downfield. He has him. Jewett still on his feet, up to the 15, and finally taken out. It's going to be close to the 10-yard line, and then 3 late penalty flags come in. Plenty to sort out, but a big run by Brady Jewett and the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Jewett just does a great job of directing traffic. Sometimes he'll be pointing like that to see where he wants the routes to be run. Most other times he's looking for blocks, and we're going to see how this penalty situation shapes out. As we will get the signal.
They're going to officially mark him down at the 10-yard line, so it's going to be a carry, nonetheless, of 24 yards for Jewett. So let's start there. And then it's going to be a personal foul against Williams. That will be half the distance because it has to be this close, a 5-yard penalty against the Lennox Orioles. So it's at 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Jewett is going to hand it off as Hendrickson tries to fight his way through, and he's going to be 2-yard gain, 2nd down and goal.
Lennox so far in this ball game, just a lot of penalties we don't typically see from them. What are they up to, 5 penalties now through the first quarter in 2 minutes?
Yeah, 5 penalties, 45 yards against them.
Yeah, just very uncharacteristic from them so far this season.
Split things out once again. Hendrickson in at running back. Back to pass, though, is Jewett. Pressure coming. Able to break free. Look towards the corner of the end zone. This one, was it toe tap? No. Couldn't quite bring it in along the far pylon. Incomplete. And now it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, just trying to find, in the backcourt of the end zone, Connor Glassford for the Mustangs. Just about had the grab, but could not quite possess it as he was trying to, like you said, make those toe taps down the far corner. Still 3rd down and, well, I would say manageable, but you got to get it here. This would be a big-time stop for the Lennox defense.
This time it will be in tight, 2 tight end set, and it's going to be the fake handoff. Jewett is trying to get some space, and then will look low, and it's going to be, looks like incomplete. And it will bring up now 4th down and goal on the incomplete pass.
They're going to say it actually was a completion down on that far side, but no gain either way. Maybe even a little bit of a loss, and now we're going to get timeout called by the Mustangs as we're 4th and goal at the 5-yard line.
Again, 6:42, not a whole lot of other games going on across the state of South Dakota, especially not in Class 11A, as the other 3 quarterfinal games will not begin until 7 o'clock. There are several other games that are going on, though, at the moment. Cole, what do you got for me?
We're going to start up in AAA, as a lot of those games getting started so far. Lincoln with the big win over Rapid City Central. Harrisburg leads O'Gorman 10-0, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Brandon Valley with the 35-point lead over Roosevelt. We move down to 11AA. Yankton with the touchdown lead over Spearfish. Pierre with the 2-touchdown lead over T Area. Like you said, no other 11A games. In 11B, the only score, my alma mater, the Mount Vernon Plankton Titans, have come out to a 8-3 lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half, all the way out there at St. Thomas More. In 9AA, Elkton Lake Benton leads Hanson 13-7. In 9A, no scores. And 9B, the Del Rapids St. Mary Cardinals got the 50-point win over Corsica-Stigney. And Coleman Egan and Harriet-Selby area scoreless through 18 minutes of play.
14-14 here, 9:48, second quarter. On 4th down and goal with the ball at the 4-yard line. After the timeout from the Tri-Valley Mustangs, they are going to go for it. Lennox Orioles trying to get their first official stop of the night. Shotgun formation for Jewett. Back to pass. Pressure is on, and it's this time going to get to it. The Lennox Orioles with their first sack of the night. It comes at a crucial time. The first time the Lennox Orioles get a defensive stop, it's going to be a turnover on downs. First down, Lennox.
Yeah, just a great job pursuing the quarterback. Great sack by Leif Carlson, the junior defensive lineman. They've been getting a lot of pressure on those last couple of drives. Finally able to get to Jewett back there.
A big loss of 13 yards, but more specifically, it's a turnover on down. So Lennox Orioles, after trailing this entire game before they tied it up 14-14 with 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter, will take over now first down 10, 9:42 mark of the second quarter. Quickly looking for the tight end, Ike. This one beyond his reach and will fall incomplete.
Had a quick pass right down the seam, had it open, just overthrew it by just a skosh. So Lennox so far, through a couple offensive possessions, have seen what Tri-Valley has given them, trying to exploit the gaps in their defense now, and that was thrown just a half yard shorter. It would be complete for about a 15-yard gain.
Again, Huntington still remains in there at quarterback, as this time he's trying to use his feet on the design. Quarterback keeper breaks one tackle, but cannot break the second, and it's going to be a pickup of maybe a yard or two and bring up now third down.
Good chase down the sideline. Landon Reiser, going to be calling his name a lot this game, have already called his name a lot. Very good both offensively and defensively for the Mustangs.
And they say that Huntington did not pick up any yards, so they'll bring up now third down and 10. Back to pass. Looking over to this near side, and it's going to be caught as Mickelson is ushered out of bounds. It's going to be right at the first down marker, and it looks like it's going to be enough of 10.5 and a first down for the Lennox Orioles. Or are they going to mark it back a little bit? They do. So it's going to be just short, only a 9-yard gain, so fourth down and 1.
Fourth down and very short. This would be a big defensive stop for Tri-Valley. Looks like the Lennox offense is confused right now.
Yeah, they're staying out there. I think they thought that Mickelson might have even got the first down. Still a lot of guys looking over to the near sideline, and I think we're going to see a timeout from Coach Flanagan. We are before they got the playoff, and luckily, because about to blow that one up was Luke, who got right in the backfield. Now, I don't know if a lot of guys were blocking, but still, it's going to bring up a timeout from Coach Flanagan. It will also be his second timeout used. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So on fourth down and 1, in a tied football game with 8:37 remaining in this second quarter, the ball just at the 26-yard line. It looks like the Lennox Orioles, after timeout, still confused. Tate Gertis is trying to get lined up, and they're going to go for it. Big call here for the Lennox Orioles, especially if they don't get it. They put Tate Gertis in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him, and there he goes. Ramsey Williams, he did it once against Tri-Valley. He'll do it again. He will burst free and say, see you later. Touchdown, Lennox Orioles, their first lead of the football game on a 74-yard, fourth down and 1, touchdown run by Ramsey Williams. Good night from Lennox, South Dakota.
I think that was part of the play call, was that get out of the timeout and just act all confused. And looked like Tri-Valley even had a defensive lineman lined up at the linebacker spot to try to get a rush. And Lennox going to stay out there. They are going to go for 2. But just a great run by the Orioles.
He did it once on a 69-yard touchdown run the first time these two teams played. 2-point conversion is no good. And he follows it back up, this time with the 74-yard touchdown run. He seems to be the Achilles heel right now for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. His name is Ramsey Williams. 3 carries, 96 yards, and a score to go with it. Lennox, their first lead of the football game, 20-14 after the failed 2-point conversion. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Temple Insurance. Homegrown insurance with heart clarity and no runaround. Get coverage that fits your life, home, auto, or farm with real guidance from real people who live right here in the area. Great talking with Jerry today. And on the kickoff, it still running around is Owen Eflin. Never went down. And it finally wrapped up about the 25-yard line or so. And that is where Tri-Valley will take over first down and 10. Cole, Tri-Valley doesn't need to change anything. They have looked great so far in this first and now into the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, their offense, they've been able to move things around so well. And then they've gotten Lennox kind of on their heels a couple times. And then they just failed to convert on fourth down. So that's been the big story so far. They got it all the way down to the goal line, and if they score there, we're tied up. But like you said, do not have to change a single thing.
Again, DeVig has been listed as now doubtful to return in this football game. The running back went down with an apparent shoulder injury. Now it looks like it's going to be a double pass here. Downfield, oh my goodness. Somehow, a gift from God. That looked like an easy interception for the Lennox Orioles and Aiden Hansen, who only plays the defensive back position. They went right to him at the safety spot. He said, here we go. Easy interception right off the shoulder pads.
And now we've got a conversation with our officials. Let's try to see what this is about. But I think it's now this might sound crazy here, but it's just too early for those kind of plays here in this game. I mean, we just talked about how well their offense have been doing all game so far, and then they do a double pass.
I think maybe the question here is, Cole.
I think the second pass might have been an illegal forward pass is what they're going to rule.
Because Owen Eflin caught it in front of the line of scrimmage. Yep. So he caught it in front of the line of scrimmage, then brought it back and threw it again.
Well, not even that, but even if he catches it in the backfield, it's still a forward pass.
Right.
So that'll back him up 5 yards from. I'm guessing it is the line of scrimmage or the spot. I can't remember where they forced it, but still, that's just one of those where you get out of your offensive comfort zone, you try doing something silly like that, and all of a sudden you got second down and a country mile.
And with the way these running backs for Tri-Valley have been running the football, they've been running like men possessed out there. Like I said, don't need to get away from the running game. In the end, not only is it a loss down, but it's a big penalty as well, and it'll bring up now second down and long for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Yeah, second down and 20-ish, but if you just run like you have been so far, you probably got second and 2.
This time it will be Jewett trying to follow his blockers. Kind of confusion whether cut it up or go outside. Pick up a yard or so, and now third down.
Again, just the consequences of your offensive play calling.
And it feels like momentum as well, Cole, for Tri-Valley is starting to fade a little bit more after not able to, get it down to the 3-yard line, not able to punch it in, and now the way this drive has started, just a little bit of momentum slip here by the Mustangs.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, Tri-Valley's crowd, they showed up in full force. They were loud in that first quarter, and now there are very few people even standing on that far side of the field.
So this time they're going to put trips to the far side, one in motion. As Jewett is back to pass, sees the pressure right away, wants to step up, will go down. Second sack tonight by the Lennox Orioles. Big sack that time by Nolan Spielman, the junior defensive lineman. Gets in there, 4-yard loss, and he'll bring up 4th down and long. And more specifically, a bad little scene right now for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Not only have they lost DeVig for the moment, but look like they might have also lost their quarterback. However, as I say that, Jewett's able to get back to his feet. Good to see that.
Yes. But, again, I mean, like you said, unfortunately they lost DeVig already. That would have been a huge blow, and now for the first time this game, we're actually going to see one of these teams punt.
Yeah, for the first time tonight. Also, we see James has hit up the chat and said, let's go Lennox. Great to have you along here, and great to have all of our fans, wherever you're from, Tri-Valley or from Lennox, on this broadcast tonight. This isn't a fake punt. The pressure was just immediate. And Landon Reiser had the run over to the near sideline just to get some space to punt it away. In the end, it barely crosses the line to gain, if that. This is almost as good as an interception if you just threw the football down the field. For the Tri-Valley Mustangs, the Lennox Orioles will set up at the 35, 1st down and 10.
And also, that's just not only because of the pressure, but that is how Tri-Valley structures their punts. Left-footed punter, they like to roll out a little bit, try to get a little bit more space down the sideline, and that one's just off the side of the foot, and now Lennox very heavily in plus territory.
Once again, Huntington remains in at quarterback. They've ran the 2-quarterback system all season long, but we have yet to see Halls get in there as quarterback. I bring that up too because nothing against Coach Flanagan. He did tell me that he would be the starter for tonight, but nonetheless, I know when it comes to this 2-quarterback system to expect a little bit more. A little bit of a run there for Oline, picks up 4 yards as he remains out there for the Lennox Orioles and the running back position. 2 wide receivers set to either side. Quick little pass right off the fingertips of Tate Curtis, usually the trusty wide receiver. Lets that one slip through. Now bring up 3rd down and manageable. Cole at the 31-yard line, 4-down territory, especially since it seems like kicking extra points anymore, the Lennox Orioles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think if it wasn't 4th down and 27 for the Mustangs, their last possession, I think that one would have been going forward as well, but just a silly play call, and then yeah, I think it's for sure at the 32-yard line, 4-down territory.
So 3rd down and 6 officially at the 31-yard line. Taking some time to call the play. Finally get it off. Huntington, quick pass on the curl route. And nice job on the coverage that time by Oyen as they were trying to get it over to Mickelson. Falls incomplete. Will now bring up 4th down. And Cole, you probably would have rather seen a run. Even if you don't get the 1st down, it makes 4th down a whole lot more manageable.
Yeah, but I think they were just trying to get, that quick little, pitch and catch. Give yourself like a 4th and 2, 4th and 1 if you don't get the 1st down. So I don't mind the play call at all. But now you got a little bit of meat on the bone left.
So, on 4th down and 6, going for it again. Last time it was 74 yards to the house. Not necessarily 74 yards and a touchdown this time, but it will be a 1st down as they're able to get it out to Juffer on a big completion of 9 yards and a 1st down for the Lennox Orioles.
Now just like that, I'm going to call that inside the red zone, right on the 20-yard line. Orioles continuing to push their offense, keep on testing this Mustang defense.
See if they go back to the run game. Nope, it's Huntington back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He's going to get it off and incomplete. Cole, we have seen already once on the first possession a pass that Huntington tried to get off. It was deflected, a huge interception. Again, another missed interception, this time by Tri-Valley. My goodness, they have been close ones tonight.
Yeah, both these teams have had great defensive chances to get takeaways and get their offense back out on the field.
So on 2nd down and 10. Fake the handoff once again, but this time it's going to be a screen with blockers out front. Here goes Oline, but Tri-Valley with their linebackers, including Cole Hendrickson, in there to blow up this screen quickly. It is a pickup of 5 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Again, once again, back to the 3rd down and manageable. See what they did here. Last time went to a little quick out on the near sideline, try to get the yardage.
5:07, second quarter, and a 6-point lead for the Lennox Orioles. Stacked to either side. Huntington calling out the play. Wants to make the quick pass over the near side, and no blocks out there. If you're going to do the screen, you got to make sure everything's set correctly. It was not, and it's going to be a loss of a few yards, 3 yards on the loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah, again, just went back to the exact same play they ran last time on 3rd down and 6 in this exact situation. Offense still out there on 4th and 9.
So on 4th down and 9, ball at the 19-yard line. Back to pass. Trying to find Mickelson, broken up perfectly, and after what we saw, 28 points and back and forth in the first quarter, it's starting to turn a little bit more into a rock fight here at the Synex Sports Complex. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and Tri-Valley, with 2 timeouts, sets up 1st down and 10. Cole, if you're Tri-Valley, put something together, use the clock, get to halftime with potentially a lead.
And don't do the double pass, which gets you a penalty to lose 10 yards and make it 2nd down and 20. Just stick to what was working in that
Take
first
that
quarter.
One off. No,
I mean,
scribble that one
rip
out.
that one out of the playbook for the rest of this game.
So, back in again, Jewett did go down with an injury on the very last play offensively. He is back out there, and he hands it off again to number 26, who's actually Cole Hendrickson tonight, who is wearing that number. His 21 jersey was ripped. It's high school football. You don't just replace a jersey that easily. So they just give you a new one.
Hey, you've usually got 2 jerseys, your white and your dark.
Well, okay, yes. You can't wear your maroon jersey
Listen,
tonight.
well, if you wouldn't interrupt me, I would have finished. But yes, they got to wear whites back to back. What I was going to say is you just don't have 2 numbers in the same color.
Yeah, there you go. Good point. Good point.
They don't call me the best color man in the business for nothing.
That is absolutely true. 4:14, ball at the 27-yard line. It's going to be a fake handoff and looking deep. Great idea, great play call. Not quite the execution there.
Like you said, we've seen this from Lennox a couple times this game already. As you get into your 2nd and short, a lot of teams would expect, okay, just, quick run, get the 1st down. But both these teams have been inclined to take the shots when they get the chance. That one's just a little bit overthrown, or they're in for 6.
So 3rd down and 2, with the clock stopped at 4:10 here in the second quarter. Tri-Valley scoring their first 2 offensive possessions. This one they're going to hand off, trying to break free as he was hit in the backfield at about the 35, but just pushing the pile forward. And depending on where this one gets marked, one official's already keying in that it's a 1st down, and they do say that is a 1st down for Hendrickson on the run. So a good, tough run by him, picking up 2.5 and a 1st down.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all game, but these Mustang running backs they do not want to go down at all. They've been doing a really good job. And their offense, the left side of that offensive line, I was just going to key on them before that last play, but they've done an exceptional job opening up these running lanes. And then when it's clogged, getting behind their running back and pushing him forward to that 1st down.
2 wide receivers set to the near side, 1 to the far side. This one, handoff once again. And again, Tri-Valley does have 2 timeouts remaining. They don't need to be in absolutely any big hurry to move the football down the field. Their passing game hasn't necessarily been huge either. They've only passed for 23 yards. And in fact, there's one play that went for 20 yards. So almost realistically, no passing game for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. And if that run's going to be just a pickup of a yard.
You can see what they decide to do here. 2nd down and long. I'm guessing we're going to see a similar type of run play, maybe like that misdirection counter we've seen from a couple times today.
3:07, ball at the 30. As I mentioned just a moment ago, they don't need to be in a huge hurry, but do have to pay attention to the clock. And the way they're heading as well, they do not see the clock. They're heading the wrong way of the scoreboard. And before this play even gets off, they took 41 seconds, delay of game, and move it back 5 yards.
Might not be able to say the clock, but you can look up and see the back judge raise the hand for 10 seconds, start counting with 5. I've gotten my chance to wear one of those things they wear on their belt to count down for you. They count down a lot faster than a guy would think.
They have a little thing that tells you 40 seconds?
Yeah, they do.
Good Lord. I just thought you guys counted that off in your head, which is good because I know you can't count back from 40, so that's a good thing they gave you that. Jewett on the screen, nothing doing, and then there's going to be a late penalty flag thrown all the way from the back judge. Travis and Hofwagen's the one who throws the penalty flag, and we'll see what this is called against. Cole, did you see a whole lot? I mean, looking back on the instant replay and even the tape delay up here, I'm not seeing a whole lot.
No, I couldn't catch it on I must have just missed it on the replay, the contact, but it was enough for a pass interference, and on 2nd and 14, 15 yards gives you the first down.
Wow.
But again, a reminder, it's 15 yards. If it would have been short, not an automatic first down in high school.
And you're correct as well. It's only a 15-yard penalty as well. It's not like the NFL where it's you throw it for 50 yards and get interfered.
Spot foul.
Yeah, spot foul, yep. So nonetheless, it will be a first down 10, ball at the 40-yard line, courtesy of 15 free yards of the Lennox Orioles. Back to pass once again, the slant pass. Was this one caught? As they say, an NFL move. Let's check it back out here on the instant replay. This one. You be the judge of it back home. We say up here in the press box, officials have it correct, incomplete. At least that's what's going to go with. We don't care if you disagree at home anyways. So.
Nothing we can do from up here in the booth to change it regardless.
Don't yell at me. The officials say incomplete. So 2nd down and 10.
Great idea, though. A little 7-yard in route. Get yourself going. 2nd down and 3.
Back to pass once again is Jewett. Looking downfield and going to be out of bounds. No one had a chance of it, but it was nicely covered up by Tate Gertis as well. And now 3rd down and 10.
Now this is an interesting scenario because you don't want to give the ball back to Lennox. About 2 minutes left because they've still got a timeout in their pocket as well.
This broadcast is brought to you by Security Bank. As Lennox continues to grow, Security Bank is here to grow with it, offering community-first banking, trusted guidance, and a lasting commitment to the people they serve. 3rd down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line, 2:27. It's going to be the quick screen pass. Blowing that one up is Nolan Spielman. The defensive lineman gets the big paw in there to knock it away. 4th down, and Tri-Valley is going to have to punt it away. And again, we have already seen Lennox score once in the first quarter in 43 seconds. Cole, Lennox can do anything right now with 2:22 remaining.
Yeah, Tri-Valley gave them a lot of time. They got bailed out by that penalty, but even then, going to give the Orioles way too much time with the football.
This time it's a clean punt. Tate Gertis lets it bounce a couple times and then is not going to chase after it, which seems like it makes sense, but when it comes to Cole and I's broadcasting history so far this year, we have seen guys do riskier plays and chase after that than think about playing a little cat and mouse game and eventually picking it up.
Yeah, we have seen that more times than I think I can count off the top of my head. I think all of them, just about all of them, were in one game, but again, just smartly getting out of the way of that one. Lennox 2:13 in the timeout to go 87 yards.
Well, if it's a team that can do it, again, we've already talked about it. They've ran a 74-yard touchdown run. They scored with 43 seconds. I should say in 43 seconds in the first quarter. This offense can get big plays, and they can move the football in a hurry. The one thing to note, they do have just one timeout remaining, though. And they are going to go deep on the very first play, right through the hands of Mickelson. And now a late penalty flag comes in. It's going to be a pass interference. Cole, to me, that one looked like it was both guys fighting for the football and not a whole lot in it.
Nah, I think you're going to watch it back on your tape delay and see the defender didn't turn back around. He was just playing in the face of the receiver. I didn't catch the number. I also forgot to press the handy replay button, so it's 15 free yards for the Orioles. Another big penalty here in this game.
Already 95 penalty yards that we have seen called in this game, combined between the two teams.
And one of them was a face mask that was only 5 instead of 15, or unsportsmanlike conduct that was only 5 instead of 15 for half the distance.
Now another quick pass out to the outside. It's Juffer who's able to make the catch. Hard to take him down, standing at 6'7". Picks up about 7 yards. You think he might have been juggling that one, Cole?
No, I forgot. You're old. You don't get that. All the youngsters out there.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
No.
See, there we go.
I'm too old to get that reference, I guess.
I guess.
Call me the old one here in the group. And I was
Unk.
All right, 2nd down and 3. Cole making a reference to what the kids are saying, 6'7" nowadays. I still don't understand it. Back to pass is Huntington looking deep once again for Mickelson. And this time, more fans want pass interference. I think Mickelson kind of went down on his own. Still bring up 3rd down and 3.
Now that one I agree with. The fans, if you can hear or not through a microphone, some do not. But still, 3rd down and manageable. A lot of time on the clock.
And the fans are always going to say a pass interference. And if they didn't, I'd be disappointed in them.
That's true.
2 wide receivers set to either side. Shotgun formation for Huntington. Looking to his right, back over now, using the screen on his left. It's Williams, who's got 3 blockers in front of him. He says, "Excuse me, boys, here I go," up to the 30-yard line. And a big pickup on that one for Williams of 45 yards, and it will be a 1st down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you know defensively when it's a bad deal when you've got 6 guys there on the quarterback and nobody blocked them, and all of a sudden you got 4 offensive linemen releasing out front of a screen. Big play for the O's.
Now we're going to hand it right back off to Ramsey Williams, and he has some space to the outside, still on his feet. It's a pickup of 10+, and now a late penalty flag coming in there as well. Of a face mask call, it looks like. My goodness, here comes Ramsey Williams again, Cole. I feel like we might have just keep going back to him every single play.
I mean, might as well. I mean, all these running backs just refusing to go down, even when their helmet gets turned around. Not quite literally, but figuratively.
As we mentioned, it is a face mask.
Mark it off 5 yards, 1st and 10.
6 penalties called against the Lennox Orioles tonight, 5 against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. So no one at home can say the refs are favoring one team. I mean, you can. I'm not going to say you can't, but 1st down and goal. Ball officially at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, who doesn't want to go down, stretches for the goal line, in for a touchdown. Ramsey Williams in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the quarter. And it extends it to a 12-point lead, 26-14, with 1:14 before halftime. And Cole, it seemed like Tri-Valley had all the right answers in the first quarter. Lennox has done everything to stifle it and start to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, Lennox just continuing to run their offense the exact way they want to, setting plays up, able to get pretty simple 1st downs. Mustangs started to change their offensive philosophy a little bit, and it's starting to show.
And now we're going to get a timeout by Lennox, who uses their last timeout on the 2-point conversion. They say, you only get 3, you might as well use them. They're going to relook at this, again, wanting to go for 2 points. But Williams, now with a 74-yard touchdown run and a 10-yard touchdown run here in this 2nd quarter. He has been phenomenal, and that touchdown run was brought to you by American Bank and Trust, along with Total Tree Service right here in Lennox. Cole?
Yes, sir.
Any scores you have from across the state of South Dakota?
Well, I'm going to save a couple of them, but all the 11A games have gotten off and kicked off. Sioux Falls Christian is out to a 7-point lead over Rapid City Christian. Del Rapids and Millbank are tied at 7 apiece with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Madison and West Central are scoreless.
We'll get into more of those scores coming up at halftime along with our first half statistics. Again, a 2-point conversion. It is going to be a handoff to the lineman, throw the football, and it is going to work for the 2-point conversion. How about that for a trick play, as Weston Richards was the one that threw it over to Tate Gertis. And that one in for a touchdown, or excuse me, for a 2-point conversion. It's 28-14, 1:14 second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
I don't think I'm the old one of the group up here in the broadcast booth. But, I mean, technically, according to age, I am, but...
You definitely are.
6'7", all the new kids say nowadays. I just focus on football. 28-14. 3 straight touchdowns by the Lennox Orioles.
I got to say, great use of the timeout by head coach Flanagan of the Lennox Orioles. Not only you can draw up a trick play like that, but that also makes it a 14-point game. Instead of just 2 touchdowns, you need 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. So big-time possession there. I also loved the incorporation of a little bit of trickery late in the half.
And by the way, that went to Maxwell. It went to Leif Carlson, the 6'3" defensive lineman who caught the 2-point conversion. That was not Tate Gertis. So, again, it was 2 defensive guys. Weston Richards on the defensive line throwing to his partner, Leif Carlson, for the 2-point conversion, making it 28-14. On the return, the Tri-Valley Mustangs get it to about the 27-yard line. Will those set up first down and 10? Cole, try to throw the football a bunch here from Tri-Valley, or just say, let's regroup and run a couple plays?
I think just stick to your base offense. If you can break one, then you can start to change things up. But, again, the last thing you want to do right now is go 3 passes and then just give the Orioles the ball right back.
Well, they disagree. Jewett is back to pass. He's looking at deep over the middle, and this one is intercepted. Worst case scenario for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Coming up with the interception is Tegan Musser. And Lennox will set up first down and 10 at the 50-yard line. 54 seconds remaining. No timeouts, but a big opportunity here for Lennox.
I like to think sometimes I do actually know what I'm talking about up here in the booth, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You threw a deep pass into 2 defenders, a Lennox secondary that we all know has been exceptional this season, and then you just give the Orioles the ball right back, 54 seconds left. Now see what they want to do on the offensive side.
And Brady Jewett has been trying to force the football downfield. This time it gets him in trouble. Here comes the big sack. All over it that time for Tri-Valley was Lawson Lodmel. And it feels like with that sack, no timeouts remaining. Lennox is hurrying back, but they really don't need to, it feels like, at this moment.
I was going to say, now just run one more play and take it to half, but
Tri-Valley's going to call the timeout. This timeout,
interesting chess match,
brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians. They've been locally owned and operated for over 5 decades. They offer dependable pest control services for both residential and commercial properties. If you need to take care of the pest in your home, call Olson's Pest Technicians, and certainly can stand by that, Cole. I call Olson's for taking care of all my pest problems in my home. Tonight's broadcast right here on Live Ticket TV. If you would like to advertise for the basketball season for the Lennox Orioles and all of football, volleyball next year? Well, you can contact John Kirchner or myself for less than $700 a year. We can get you signed up with an advertising package right here on Lennox Orioles Sports and Live Ticket TV.
Back to Olson's Pest Control. They haven't gotten rid of me yet.
Ball is at the 40-yard line. After the sack, a loss of 12 yards. Again, timeout by Tri-Valley. They have one remaining. We'll see if that gets them in trouble, giving time to Lennox. Huntington going deep, looking for Mickelson, and there is going to be another pass interference. This one certainly the right call. It might have been out of the reach of Mickelson, but a push there late by Ty Oyen. It won't be a first down, but it will be a 15-yard penalty.
No such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school football. Fun little fact for you.
That one was certainly uncatchable, but
correct. But by the rule,
there is no such thing.
Technically,
you can
that
throw
was
it
catchable.
40 yards out of the back of the end zone and still have a pass interference. Is what we're trying to say.
Yep.
Sometimes that rule doesn't necessarily always make sense, but
and now the Orioles will go from 2nd and 20 to 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
In plus territory.
Again, it is not a first down, though, on the pass interference. So, again, to that timeout costly by Tri-Valley to give Lennox some time. And now a pass over the sidelines caught, but there is also a late penalty flag in there as well, back at the line of scrimmage, and also an injured Tri-Valley Mustang. It is going to be a chop block against the Lennox Orioles.
So we're going to take those 15 yards and go right back. Now I think just I don't know how I want to phrase this, but it might not be the worst idea for the Orioles just to take a knee.
Cool saying.
Go to halftime.
Enough is enough. It was exciting at one point. It's not exciting anymore. Run the football, go to half.
You said it.
You said it, not me.
You hit the nail on the head.
Fans back at home, they're in no big hurry.
For both of these teams. The last 2 minutes have just been so sloppy offensively. I think if both these teams just took a reset at halftime, I think it would benefit everybody involved.
2nd down, and again, now 25. Excuse me, 2nd down, 20. And this pass, the reach of Juffer falls incomplete, so 3rd down and 20 with the ball at the 40-yard line. 20 seconds remain before halftime. Again, fans at halftime will take a look at our first half statistics and playoffs from around the state of South Dakota as it's quarterfinals in all classes for tonight. Majority of the games did kick off at 7, so they're just into your youth stages of those games, but we'll be going over them at halftime. Back to pass once again is Huntington. He is going to go deep, and this one is caught by Mickelson. Again, there is a penalty flag at the 20-yard line. We'll see what the penalty flag is on. As Talon Ike is tailing back late, and they're bringing the football all the way back to where Lennox was at. We have a pass interference against Lennox. The rare 15-yard penalty offensively. 8 penalties for 80 yards against the Lennox Orioles tonight. Move it back another 15 yards, and it will be now 3rd down from Parker.
I was gonna say 3rd down on I-29 to go. Now if you're the Orioles.
Wrong direction, though. I-29's that way.
I know, you got to get to I-29. That's the first down.
That's true. I know the ball was placed at. Could have said Chancellor in there as well.
Could have. Now if you're the Orioles.
Nonetheless, it's 3rd down and forever. 35 yards to go. 12 seconds. Cole just run the football. They say no. It's a low pass for Ramsey Williams. Punted off to Tri-Valley, and we're still in the 2nd quarter. Fans, we hope you're just as entertained in these last 2 minutes of this 2nd quarter as we are. fans are headed to the concession stands hoping they're selling hot chocolate. I didn't ask if they were. Hopefully they are.
Now, if you're the Orioles,
you got punted away. It's 4th down.
Drop back, roll out, chuck it to the sideline, run off 8 seconds of this clock.
It has certainly been an interesting final 2 minutes.
And it's going to be 4th and 40.
I have to imagine this might be one of the longest distances that Lennox has faced.
Illegal procedure on the Orioles.
Again, 9 penalties for 85 yards against Lennox tonight.
Not the longest 4th down I have seen. I don't know if Charlie Preen's still out there listening, but myself and him were playing the MVP Titans. We were playing down in Wagner. We had them in a 4th and 53. 1 year. As they'll put 8 seconds back up on the clock as no play was run.
So again, 4th down and 40 with 8 seconds. The Lennox offense, by the way, is out there. They're going to hand it off. Again, Williams needs to stay on his feet. He is going to go out of bounds with 2 seconds. And Cole.
Boy.
You might as well throw it for the end zone if you're Brady Jewett and the Tri-Valley Mustangs now.
You've been gifted the opportunity to. This last 2 minutes has just been.
I can tell you this much.
I mean,
Coach Sean Flanagan's going to have to answer some questions from the public later on about what happened and what was going through your mind.
And now Tri-Valley's going to take a timeout.
And
this last 2 minutes have been the clock has been managed worse than the USD game on Saturday, and that's saying something.
And some fans are probably thinking they might have tuned out a moment ago and been like, "Hey, they're going to halftime, and we'll see where we're at halftime." Hoping we can join back up for at the start of the 3rd quarter. Psych, gotcha.
We're still in the 2nd quarter. You are seeing that right. We are still in the 2nd quarter.
And right now, I don't know what Tri-Valley's thinking. I can tell you what Lennox defensively is going to do. Rush 3 guys, maybe even 2 guys, and just say...
No, you rush 6 and put 5 back there. With
high school football, it's a great idea.
And not only with that, but with the talent and the skill of Lennox's secondary.
Yeah.
Put 5 D-backs out there. Put 6 linebackers in there and rush them.
Make Jewett throw it right away.
You got to make him throw it quick. If you let him get set up and throw it to the end zone, then you're going to have problems. Make him force a quick pass. Because if you, at this point in the game, if you give up 10 yards, what does that – it doesn't hurt you at all.
Would you be shocked if Tri-Valley came out here and just ran the football quick?
With how this first half is gone, the end of the first half is gone, no, I wouldn't be.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. It looks like Lennox is going to rush just 3. Jewett shotgun formation. So again, he's going to have plenty of time to pass. He's looking towards the end zone. This one tipped, and it'll be fallen. Incomplete. The final 2 minutes in real time took 23 minutes. Nonetheless, the home team leads it by 14, 28-14 as we go to halftime. Again, first half statistics, a look at scores from across the state of South Dakota. Our first half has been brought to you by Grossenberg Implement. With our locations across South Dakota and Nebraska, we're here to support the farmer each and every farming season. The first half was also brought to you by Exchange Insurance. Exchange Insurance Agency is a local insurance provider offering a range of insurance products to meet the needs of individuals and businesses in the community. Again, your first half statistics and more all coming up here in 3 minutes' time on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you. at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome to Buche Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Buche, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Buche, the president of Buche Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Buche Foods.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. We offer expertise and experience, where your long-term eye care is our concern. State-of-the-art technology, where we never lose sight of quality. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Got a tree that's become more trouble than it's worth? Call Total Tree Service, your local experts in tree removal, stump grinding, and storm damage cleanup. Whether it's one tree or an entire lot, no job is too big or too small. Fast, safe, and always professional. Call Total Tree Service today and let your yard breathe again. Visit TotalTreeServiceSD.com or give them a call 940-7359.
And what has been a crazy first half, we have finally gotten ourselves to halftime. Again, fans, this game started at 6 o'clock tonight for one reason only, because it's a school night. Right, we have school tomorrow for both Tri-Valley and Lennox. Let's start this thing at 6. Let's get these kids and all the fans back home at a decent time. Well, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter in real time took 23 minutes. And maybe getting people home at a decent time might have just gone out the window. Still have ourselves a good football game, 28-14 at halftime. Cole, Tri-Valley starts off a great way for this first quarter. It's back and forth, 14-14 after the first quarter, but we saw Lennox score 3 touchdowns unanswered to Tri-Valley, and Lennox has kind of taken over in the second quarter.
I think one of the biggest turning points was early in that second quarter where Tri-Valley gets the football. Lennox had just scored to make it, I believe it was 20-14 at that point, and the Mustangs go away from everything they've done offensively so far and run a double pass that gets called back because of an illegal forward pass. So now they set up second down and 20. A run for nothing and a pass for nothing. All of a sudden you got a punt, and the punt went 15 yards. I think that was one of the biggest key turning points in this. It seems like as slow as that end of the half took, the momentum is still on the Lennox Orioles side. But like you said, right away, Mustangs came out with a clear game plan. They're like, we're going to run the football. We've got 7 running backs to hand, not literally, but we've got all these running backs to hand it off to. We're just see if you can try to stop us. They're like, Lennox, you've got all these receivers and 2 quarterbacks and a bunch of running backs. We've got 4 running backs that we can hand the ball off to. That's what we're going to do. And then as momentum started to shift away from them, it seemed like they just completely abandoned everything that they were doing, and we're going to see it reflected here in the stats a little bit, but then Lennox started getting the momentum. They're like, okay, we're just going to keep doing what we have been doing. You take away, obviously, the last 2 minutes of the half, and They're running the football really well. They're completing a lot of short passes just to get the chains moving. And it just seemed like that second quarter was a complete 180 from what we saw from both of these teams in that first quarter.
It was an interesting first half, to say the least. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. It's brought to you by Total Tree Service. When you hire Total Tree Service, you'll be guaranteed the job is done safely and effectively. Contact Clint today to schedule a consultation to help you with all your tree care needs. We'll begin with the Lennox Orioles first in the passing game. Again, 2-quarterback system, but we have not seen Caden Halls enter the game. It's been all Huntington. He's 9 of 18 in the passing game for 141 yards and also with an interception on the first drive of the football game. Speaking of Huntington, just 4 carries for 9 yards. Also, Shaden O'Lean has carried the football a little bit in this, especially the first quarter, 4 carries for 17 yards. But Ramsey Williams has been the big running back once again. But we did not see him really carry the football until the second quarter. He has 2 touchdowns, 6 carries for 132 yards so far tonight. Again, all 4 touchdowns for the Lennox Orioles have been on the ground. 1 with Huntington, 1 with O'Lean, and again, 2 with Ramsey Williams. For the Tri-Valley Mustangs offensively, Brady Jewett in the passing game has gotten more help through pass interference calls than he has throwing the football. 4 of 12 for just 23 yards and an interception. And fans remember, 1 pass play went for 20 yards in of itself. So realistically, you could even say he's just 3 for 11 for 3 yards and an interception. But for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, in the first quarter at least, they were able to do it courtesy of their run game, including we saw DeVig go out. He is out for the game. He went out again early in the first quarter, carried the ball just twice for 6 yards, but his replacement has been Hendrickson, 7 carries, 51 yards. He is leading the way for the Tri-Valley Mustangs right now at halftime. Again, 2 touchdowns by Tri-Valley in the first quarter. Also 2 touchdowns by the Lennox Orioles in the first. But more specifically for the Orioles, a touchdown at the 8:26 mark of the second quarter on a 74-yard touchdown run from Ramsey Williams. And then with 1:14 remaining in the first half, we saw Williams get in, and kind of from that moment on, we thought simple run plays by Tri-Valley get us to halftime. 15 minutes later, we finally hit halftime. Right now, 28-14. Fans, we're going to step aside as our first half statistics have been brought to you by New Era Steel. They are a proud supporter of the Lennox Orioles and all the surrounding teams. The first half statistics have also been brought to you by Sioux Steel. Walk-in applicants are invited to stop in at their ProTech Division facility Monday through Friday. They're a team-based company that might have what you are looking for in a career. Cole, if this live ticket gig doesn't work out, Sioux Steel is always hiring. We're back with scores from across the state of South Dakota. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
We've been part of South Dakota's story for decades, always with an eye on the future and a deep respect for our past. Today, Security Bank is growing faster than ever, thanks to a visionary leadership team that understands the importance of balancing advanced technology with the power of authentic relationships.
Proud supporters of the Orioles, it's New Era Steel in Viborg. They've been in the steel business for over 20 years. New Era Steel creates custom steel fabrications across the Midwest. From small projects around the house to new building designs, New Era Steel works in residential, commercial, and industrial. Supporting the community and the Orioles, Matt and his crew are always ready for your next steel project in America.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side, as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Back here at Synex Sports Complex, we're at halftime, 28-14. As we'll get to our scores from across the state of South Dakota, let's begin in Class 11A and taking a look at the bracket and scores so far. Again, this is the 3-6 matchup. Again, the scores are not on that bracket, but just giving it to reference point for you. But again, 28-14 here. The 1-8 matchup, as we suspected, 30-0, and they're just starting the second quarter. It's all Sioux Falls Christian. 2-seed Lennox, 2-seed Del Rapids and Millbank are tied at 7 apiece halfway through the second quarter. And Cole, what happened just a moment ago for Madison?
Well, I was watching, and West Central had the ball, and I tuned away from their stream to get us back up and rolling, and Madison has scored a touchdown. It is now 6-6 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. I'm not sure if the goalposts are just swaying back and forth or what, but I believe both teams have failed to convert on the point after try. Oh, I'm watching the PAT live. I'll give you a live update.
Okay.
Madison is lined up. Snap spot. The kick is up, and we've got a flag. All right. So I'll get to that later.
Yeah, we're not
as of right now, we are tied at 6 apiece.
How about we go to 11B? Things besides your team, Cole.
Well, I was
sorry.
going to start from the top and work all the way down.
You want to go for AAA?
Yeah.
All right, give me AAA.
All right, here we go. Scores from across the state of South Dakota. Start with the biggest ones, work our way down. Again, Sioux Falls Lincoln got the 60-21 win over Rapid City Central. Harrisburg leads O'Gorman 10-3 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter there. The 5-seed Harrisburg over the 4-seed O'Gorman. Brandon Valley with the 41-point lead over number 8 Roosevelt at the half, and Jefferson with the 14-point lead over Washington. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter there. Again, that game was the second half of the Howard Wood doubleheader. We move down to 11 AA. Number 1 Yankton leads number 8 Spearfish 12-0. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Number 4 Sturgis with 14. Number 5 Watertown with 7. 5 minutes before halftime there. In the rematch of the upset last week, number 2 Huron leads number 7 Brookings 7-0, 4 minutes before halftime, and number 3 Pierre leads number 6 T Area 21-7. That game got started at 6 o'clock. We move to the quarterfinals in 11B. 2 minutes before halftime down in Elk Point. Elk Point, Jefferson, and Sioux Valley tied at 14 apiece. Number 4 Dual and number 5 Wagner. It is 8-6 in favor of Dual. 3 minutes to go before halftime there. St. Thomas More has jumped out to a 24-8 lead over Mount Vernon Plankington. That game just about to start the fourth quarter out west. And Clark Willow Lake is tied with number 11 Winner 6-6 with 2 minutes before halftime there. So a lot of interesting scores in Class 11B.
Certainly so.
In Class 9AA, well, the 1-9 matchup going about as we all expected. Freeman Marion Freeman Academy with the 36-point lead over Kimball White Lake. Hamlin with the 8-7 lead over Hill City. That's halfway through the first quarter there. Elkton Lake Benton with the 30-7 lead over number 10 Hanson. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Parkston Trojans with the 16-point lead over number 6 Bonham Cavaliers with 10 minutes to go in the first half. We move down now to 9A. Wall with the 21-0 lead over number 8, tied at 6 apiece. 4 minutes to go before halftime. Number 7 Howard out to a 16-7 lead over number 7 Warner. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter there. And number 6 Platte Geddes with the 14-8 lead over number 3 Alcester Hudson. 7 minutes to go before halftime over in Alcester. And we move down to 9B. Again, Del Rapids St. Mary with the 50-point win over Corsica Stickney earlier today. Faulkton Area and Sully Buttes 8-6 in favor of Faulkton Area. 10 minutes to go before halftime at last report. Number 7 Sioux Falls Lutheran with the 16-14 lead over number 2 Avon. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And number 3 Coleman Egan just scored over number 6 Harriet Selby Area. That is 18-14. 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, that game got started at 6 o'clock, as did that one. That one has 10 minutes left to go. We have yet to start the second half here in Lennox. That is all the scores being reported, and the All Nations Class A and B will start tomorrow.
Fans, don't forget, you can always catch all the bottom of those, or on the bottom of our screen, all those scores as they rotate through. Thank you to SD Score Feed for providing that. Again, checking out all the scores right there at the bottom. 60 seconds. We're back to start the second half between Lennox and Tri-Valley. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Upgrade your ride at Grossenberg Implement, your Polaris dealer in Beersford.
Harvest and hunting are on the horizon.
So rap with Ranger Rick about limited time rebates on remaining 2023 Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides.
Rick's also got used machines in stock.
Plus parts, accessories, and service.
Upgrade your ride, dude.
You upgrade your ride.
With a new Polaris from Grossenberg's in Beersford.
Go to GrossenbergPowersports.com, Facebook, or call 605-763-5020.
Our halftime has been brought to you by Weeman Land and Auction. Whether it's buying or selling your land, home, farm, business, farm equipment, or any other personal property, we're here to make that process a little bit easier. There's no job too big or too small, so give Weeman Land and Auction a call. Good catching up with Ryan just the other day, talking a little bit of football. He was super excited to see his hometown team, the Parker Pheasants, make the postseason. He gave me the good old speech of, I think we have a chance. Now, his son is also quarterback. Sorry, Ryan, the way that one ended.
His defense, they did have a pretty good chance. They played pretty close with it was Sioux Valley for a while. Yep. It got a little dicey there at the end.
28-14 here, as McVay will have it lined up wearing the pink soccer cleats to kick off the second half. We'll see the adjustments by both teams, as neither team really came out in the final 3 minutes to do any stretches or warming up. They were just ready to play football once again here at the Synex Sports Complex. So are we up here in the broadcast booth. We hope you're ready to enjoy this second half wherever you may be at, tuning into this broadcast across the state of South Dakota and across the globe. It's going to be a return to about the 30-yard line. Cole, simple, just get back to the run game if you're the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
You got to go back to what you were doing in that first quarter. I mean, offensively in the first quarter, they looked great. They were running the ball wherever they wanted to. They were mixing in a good, mixing in a good mix of passes in there as well. Then the second quarter, it seemed like, I talked about this at halftime, but it seemed like they abandoned everything that was going right. Got to go back to what was working, especially against this stout Oriole defense.
So Jewett will go underneath center, and it will be Hendrickson, the running back. And they're going to go right to him. Again, he was the leading rusher, and he's going to find himself to the outside, still on his feet. It just runs into bodies instead of trying to avoid anybody up to the 45-yard line or so. And it's a big pickup. First down for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Again, like I said, just stick to what was working. Bundle everybody in tight. Give it to your best running back. Tell them, oh, there's the hole. It's plugged up. Go bounce it outside to the far sideline. Get a bunch of yards out of it. Exactly what you want to do to start this half.
Hendrickson, 13 yards in the first down. Again, 8 carries for 64 yards for him tonight. This time it's going to be designed quarterback keeper for Jewett. He will bounce it to the outside, and he's going to be ushered out of bounds. But a nice pickup on first down to make it a manageable second down and short for Tri-Valley.
Again, they've been doing this so well all season, except for this game in the fourth quarter, mixing up with all the run. They've got all their talented running backs. And then, of course, they've got Jewett back there as well with a good set of legs on him. I mean, just spread the wealth around. Keep on running the rock. mixing a pass every once in a while. This is exactly how they started the first quarter.
2 weeks ago, it was 34-0 at halftime, and with Tri-Valley beginning the second half with the football, had himself in a fighting chance trying to upset the number 3 team in the quarterfinals. And as I say that, a missed exchange handed off to Hendrickson, and this one is gathered on top of by Nolan Spielman, and it's a turnover. Lennox Orioles will set up in plus territory.
Just, like you said, a bad exchange capitalized on or pounced on by the Orioles. Now, they've got a great chance to go back to exactly what they were doing in the first half. Just keep the offense moving, keep on moving the chains.
So a little bit of confusion getting everybody out there, but finally Lennox is set. First down and 10, they'll take over at the 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers set to either side. Huntington remains the quarterback, and they're going to look for the curl route. Far side falls incomplete.
Love the concept, though, there for the Orioles. And just quick passes. Try to get those quick bunches of yards. Exactly what worked really well for them in that first half.
So bring up now, second down and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Tied in as well. Back to pass. Huntington looks for Tate Gertis, and this one perfectly knocked away, covered that time by Reiser, and it's now third down and 10.
Again, we've called Reiser's name a lot on the offensive side, but almost even more on the defensive side of the ball. He's such a key piece for this Tri-Valley squad, and now Orioles have found themselves in the 3rd and long.
So third down and 10 after the fumble and giveaway by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. 2 big stops right away defensively. And it feels like it's an obvious passing down situation. Huntington going to put 2 in motion. Both have to get set here for a moment. They both do. It's going to be a handoff to Williams. Bouncing it to the outside. Williams trying to cut it back now, and he's going to be taking out the 41. Just a pickup of 5 yards on 4th down and 5. And Cole, as you saw in a text message during the halftime, it's going to be an obvious go for it on 4th down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen 2 punts from both from Tri-Valley, and one of them almost seemed reluctant towards the end of the half. Yeah, Lennox is going for this all day.
So 4th down and 5. Back to pass. Huntington looks over. Juffer catches it at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards, but more specifically, a first down.
Again, just a quick concept. Pass the ball towards the sideline, get the quick completion. Great little toe tap towards the sideline as well. Great 4th down conversion.
So now first down and 10 at the 33. 2 wide receivers to the near side. It will be Mickelson at the number's far side. But they're going to fake the handoff. Looking over the middle to the 6'7" frame of Juffer. He's trying to stretch it for the goal line, and he can't quite do so. Down at the 1-yard line, a pickup of 32 yards, and it's first down and goal.
Then once you get the chance, just take the deep shot, catch the defense lacking a little bit with all these close passes. I mean, exactly what you want to do if you're the Orioles offense, and first down and goal.
So first down and goal, as I mentioned, at the 1-yard line. Ramsey Williams is getting a play in late. Have, of course, 40 seconds. As Cole mentioned earlier, the official has a little box to tell him when it's almost time. It will be a handoff to Williams, trying to bully his way forward. A bunch of bodies, and they say touchdown number 3 is in. Ramsey Williams, 8 carries, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns tonight. And the Lennox Orioles, after the fumble exchange snap, capitalize, and they extend their lead.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about the first time they scored, great job taking advantage of the turnover, putting points up on the board. Now they're going to go for a PAT.
And McVay was working on his PATs during the halftime, and this one will go over to the left and no good. 34-14 14, 9:53, third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
That touchdown brought to you by American Bank and Trust. They want the Lennox community to know that their remodel is all a part of their commitment to enhancing your banking experience. And they're excited to bring a refreshed space to the community by early spring. Right now, a refreshed feeling if you're the Lennox Orioles. 34-14. We have now seen what, Cole? 28 unanswered points by the Lennox Orioles. And they have now opened this game up even more against Tri-Valley. And it feels like if you're the Tri-Valley Mustangs, who will set first down and 10 at the 31, the famous saying, desperate times call for desperate measures. And it feels like, are we reaching that moment? We still got plenty of time yet.
You relax over here, all right? Listen, they had a great offensive drive going to start this half. It was just a not even a bad snap, just a bad handoff that was picked up by Lennox, and they capitalized it, got the points off the turnover. They've done that twice now this game. Tri-Valley, again, just stick to what was working. Keep on driving down the field. Just clean up the handoffs, and you're set.
So we'll see what Tri-Valley decides to do. They only send 3 out on routes. Great protection, but now Jewett finds nobody open. And again, what's so great about this Lennox defense is shutting down the pass, pickup of 3 yards for Jewett on the scramble.
Yeah, we talked about it all game is just the stout secondary of the Orioles. Done a really good job so far this game, shutting everything down. And now, I mean, you can almost afford to do that just about every play. Just drop some more guys back, maybe not as many, but drop an extra guy back there. Try to see if Tri-Valley is going to come out and run the ball a bunch, which in the spread formation you'd be inclined to guess.
Second down and 7. A handoff, and this one going absolutely nowhere. Blowing up in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of about 4 yards and bring up third down and 11.
Again, along with this stout secondary, they've got a great defensive line, a really good linebacking core as well.
But Cole, it feels like Lennox has just completely turned this game upside down and all over Tri-Valley now.
Again, it started with that little, we kind of mentioned it off in a break one time. It just seemed like the momentum had completely shifted in that second quarter, and so far it's only continued that.
Now Jewett finds his intended target wide open right in the middle. Owen Effling will have enough, 12 yards for the first down.
Then we're going to get a horse collar tackle called here at the end. I'm going to watch it back here on our replay. Oh, yep, that is the textbook definition of a horse collar tackle there by Drake Mickelson. Got the hand in underneath the plate in the back and drug him down from behind.
So at 15 yards onto the end of the first down, which was a catch of 12 yards, and it will put it all the way up to the 44-yard line. But Cole, more specifically, 10 penalties against Lennox tonight for 100 yards.
Just so uncharacteristic from this team. Going to have to get that changed before next week.
And now a handoff, and it's going to be a break free, and another first down, and it feels like all of a sudden Tri-Valley grabbing a little bit of momentum back their way.
Again, it's simple. Just stick to the things that have been working all game, and these runs, you give it off to Hendrickson. The hole gets stuffed. He bounces it outside, and that's exactly what their offense did the entire first quarter, and they were able to get 14 points up in that first and have yet to score since, but they're now driving.
Hendrickson, 10 carries for 72 yards. Again, he comes in for the injured DeVig, who went down with an apparent shoulder injury and was not able to return in this game. This time the RPO breaks a couple tackles and now is going to get wrapped up. And there's a penalty flag as well as there's going to be a holding on the offense. And it'll bring up first down and long yet. This will be second down.
Holding on the Mustangs.
Oh, so we
First down. Yep,
yeah,
good first down. Yep.
Yeah.
Just getting ahead of myself there.
It's first down and 20.
So we talk about 10 penalties for 100 yards against Lennox tonight. 7 penalties for 75 yards against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. So 17 penalties for 175 yards is what we have seen called so far tonight. Back to pass is Jewett. He's looking deep into double coverage, and that one falls incomplete. And I'll bring up second down and 20 with the ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Again, fans, we'll keep an eye on scores from across the state of South Dakota. As we mentioned earlier, there is a lot of the games began at 7 o'clock so far here tonight. So, again, happening a little bit. This one ahead of schedule. We'll continue to keep you up to date on everything that is going on across the state of South Dakota, including this one. So, again, winner of this one, potentially host either Millbank or Del Rapids. I should say travel Del Rapids or host Millbank. Scrambling Jewett. He ran a long ways, not able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up 9 yards, and he'll bring up third down and 11.
It's a great job scrambling, but, again, flushed out of the pocket because the coverage downfield is just so good. And trying to make something go with his legs. Third down and less than 20 at least, but still a long ways to go at 13.
I would say for a moment it sounded like you put a good old dip in there with some chop, but I know you're just crunching on some Skittles that are rock solid up here.
No, I haven't. Not since the last break. What did I say?
No, I meant like the Skittles. I could just hear you just having some crunching on some Skittles.
Oh.
Back to pass. Jewett, it's a quick pass, too. This one falls incomplete. So bring up fourth down and long, and obviously Tri-Valley going to go for it. But again, keeping our eye over on the Del Rapids Millbank game. This one obviously will wrap up before that game ends. But Del Rapids has just scored right before halftime, 14-7. Timeout called by Tri-Valley. We'll take it with them. We're back in 60 seconds right here on Live Ticket TV.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Are you stuck in a job that gives you no family life? Work for Sue Steele and enjoy a 4-day work week. Choose from first or second shift and receive a sign-on bonus. Sue Steele builds farm bins and livestock solutions. Sue Steele is hiring right now for machine operators and general laborers for both first and second shift. Sue Steele makes it easy to apply. Go to their ProTech division in Lennox for walk-in interviews Monday through Thursday from 1 till 5, or apply online at SueSteele.com. Join the Sue Steele team and work a flexible, family-friendly 4-day work week.
Well, back out of the timeout. Cole, what's happening? I won't do it. 51-0 over in Sioux Falls right now. They are still late in the second quarter, so not quite mercy rule against Rapid City Christian, but it looks like it is heading that way. And again, we thought that Sioux Falls Christian would advance on. They are going to play the winner between West Central and Madison. Back here on a screenplay on 4th down and 13, Ramsey Williams read it all the way. It was caught for 3 yards, but that is it. They needed 13. instant turnover on downs.
Unfortunately, if you're Tri-Valley, that's, about all you had. Didn't really have anything else open. Just trying to get a short pass, maybe catch the Orioles defense off guard. And now Lennox will take over, and interesting to see how they play this one. 34-14 score, a lot of game left, but if they maybe try to slow down the offense a little bit, as we saw them do a little bit late in that second quarter, or if they just keep on marching right down the field.
Yeah, this will be extremely interesting. We've seen them throw the football a lot here in tonight's game. Over 20 times they have thrown the football. They do have Oline in there as quarterback at the moment, as Ramsey was just playing defense. So they're going to give him a quick breather. And they're going to go right to the pass game. They're going deep, and this one broken up perfectly. Now a cramp out there for a moment. Get it situated. Get incomplete. Bring up second down and 10.
We'll say impressive if you're cramping out there at 40 degrees.
It is extremely cold. It was
extremely cold is a
at one
gross
point,
overstatement.
At one point, it was 59 degrees in my house this morning. I may have turned off the heat and forgot to turn it back on.
That's your own problem.
Second down and 10. Hand off the football. Oline runs tough up the middle for 3 yards, maybe 2. Third down and 8. We'll say I still slept like a baby. I had plenty of blankets on.
Oh, yeah, that's the best sleeping weather.
But then at 4 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, I was like, you know what? Might be time to turn the heat back on.
Well, I gave in and wore pants for the first time this fall.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Well, I'm glad you finally put pants on.
You're welcome.
Third down and 8. Ball at the 34-yard line. Back to pass. Huntington quickly over to Juffer. That pass has worked several times tonight. Works again for another 9 yards and a first down for the Lennox Orioles.
Orioles just so good at that quick offense, like that quick out about 6 or 7 yards with the out route. Juffer just with the toe tap. Again, when they need the chains to move, that's one of the many things that makes this Orioles team so good, is their ability to just, no matter where they're at on the field, get that 8 yards and move the chains.
Back to pass once again is Huntington. He's looking deep downfield. He's going to take it for Tate Gertis, and this one deflected and broken up by Owen Effling. Second down and 10. Again, fans, great to have you along here on Lennox Orioles Sports. Don't forget, it is not the end of our broadcast either here. Still more volleyball to come with the voice of the Lennox Orioles, John Kirchner. We'll have you covered for postseason volleyball. John, we'll make sure we tear down the equipment for you tonight and get that situated. Even though I know he's not out there listening, he's off on officiating duties at the moment. Fake the handoff to Tate Gertis, go up the middle, and Oline is going to be gobbled up, a loss of 4 yards. You also heard Cole in the background say, ooh. He heard the $1 hot chocolates until they're sold out here at the Sitting Sports Complex. You want me to take over and do this for a bit?
No, I'm good.
We can, Cole, I will say.
I think more Skittles.
There are plenty of Lennox fans as well that appreciate your camera work out here tonight. Usually they use the good old huddle camera, and sometimes does not follow the plays all the time, and you miss certain things, so they appreciate your camera work out there tonight. Huntington back to pass once again. This time airs it well too high on 3rd down and 15. They'll bring up now 4th down and 15.
Well, I appreciate that everybody. I appreciate everybody who appreciates my camera work, and trust me, I share some of the similar gripes that some fans out there have with the huddle camera. I think they're great when they follow the action.
Yeah,
they make it pretty good for basketball, though. But basketball is a lot more simple. It's just back and forth. Football field is a lot bigger.
4th down and 15. Obviously going to go for it. Looking deep downfield, and there is Mickelson. Mickelson breaks free, and Mickelson, 63 yards to the house in a 4th down and 15. Lennox gamble to go for it. Pays off. First touchdown pass for Huntington of the night, and the Lennox Orioles extend their lead 40-14 in the third quarter.
Again, why not just take a big shot downfield, and great job there just to evade the tackles late, get in the end zone, extend this lead. Orioles offense is rolling, for lack of better terms.
254 yards in the passing game tonight for Huntington. Go for 2. As we saw kind of in the first game, Lennox is starting to pull away from the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Bounce to the outside. 2-point conversion is good. Fans back on their feet here at the City Sports Complex. Someone go get those dollar hot chocolates. It's 42-14, 5-13, third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
Dreaming of a perfectly manicured property? Or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.
Fans, would you like to advertise during the basketball season right here for Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles Sports, where you can do for as low as $700 for a year? So that includes not only all the basketball season, but also you can get in for football and volleyball next year as well. How to do so? Simple. Get a hold of myself, Heath Nimke, or even easier, the man in town, John Kirchner, can get you set up today. The second biggest touchdown play of the ball game, a 63-yard touchdown pass from Huntington to Mickelson. 2-point conversion good. It's 42-14. And again, at one point, this game was 14-6. Cole, you may remember 14-14 after a 2-point conversion was good. And it seemed like we had ourselves a ball game at the end of the first quarter. Since then, Tri-Valley has not scored.
I think a lot of that, too, is just Lennox's defense. I mean, we saw what their offense was able to do, but Lennox's defense just kind of came out a little shell-shocked almost. I mean, it kind of seemed like they weren't really expecting what Tri-Valley was going to throw at them, but they have now settled in very well. And now we've got whistles.
They want 5 minutes back on the clock, as it did not stop, it looks like, at the end of the kickoff. So going to reset there. Down in 10. Ball is at the 37-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to either side. Back to pass. What feels like almost an obvious passing situation anymore. Jewett is going to find the simple corner route downfield. Pickup of 5 yards for Landon Reiser, and he'll bring up second down and 5.
Again, if you're Tri-Valley at this point now, I mean, we've seen them try to start to shift their offense and what they've wanted to do just play calling wise. But you also got to start thinking of there's only 16 minutes left in this game. Down by 4 scores. Got to get moving a little bit.
Jewett will go underneath center this time. The quick pass to the outside. Trying to break free. It's going to be a pickup of about maybe a yard or so. As that was Glassford who on the catch. Bring up now third down and 4.
The only problem about shifting your offense into this pass-heavy mode is we've been talking about all game. Lennox's stellar secondary. They can start to gear back. The pass rush can, we always hear the term pin their ears back and start to go after the quarterback. It's going to get really tough for Tri-Valley the rest of this game just to even get any yards.
2 wide receivers to the far side. Pressure's up the middle. Jewett scrambles off to the outside. He's going to pick himself up a first down and more as he runs out of bounds. But a first down just past the 50-yard line, up to the 47. Nice pickup And again, more specifically, a first down for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Just keep on moving the chains, get into plus territory again. Their offense has been doing pretty good so far this second half. Just got backed up a little bit and had that key fumble down behind the 8 ball. But again, just keep on moving the rock, keep on doing what you're good at. Give yourself a chance. Keep on putting points up on the board.
3 wide receivers off to the left side. 1 at the near side. Looking towards the left. This one a high pass. Looked like might have had the opportunity at least to bring it in. Owen Effley not able to do so. And it's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, that pass just hit Effley in a bad spot. Between the hands.
Cool, quickly want to give you an update. It has gone final in Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls Christian added a field goal. 54-0 is your final. So Sioux Falls Christian on to the semifinals. They will play against the winner of West Central and Madison. They're at halftime right now with West Central leading 14-7. Jewett finds his wide receiver right underneath for a 2-yard gain to Ty Oyen. And he'll bring up third down and 8.
Third down and long, just going to see what they got to do. Again, just like I said, we've talked about it before about a minute and a half ago. I'm going to keep on harping on it. Once they get into these pass-heavy situations, Lennox really good at adjusting their defense and just letting the secondary go to work.
14-7. Del Rapids leads against Millbank at halftime. Again, Lennox will either travel to Del Rapids or if there's an upset, Millbank would come here. Jewett heaving it for heaven, going downfield, and it falls incomplete. And he'll bring up now fourth down and 7. As you mentioned, Cole, it's extremely tough to move it on this secondary of the Lennox Orioles.
Yeah, you get past 5 yards behind beyond the line of scrimmage, and it seems like every possible receiver that Tri-Valley's got out there, Lennox has 2 defenders on them.
Cole, I got some bad news for you.
I know.
Okay. You know?
I know.
Okay. I'm sorry. Do you need a hug?
Nope.
Okay.
They're a tough team out there out west.
St. Thomas More beat Mount Vernon Plankinton. Cole, MVP boy. Jewett on fourth down and 7, steps up into the pocket, looking downfield, intercepted. Intercepted by Tate Gertis, and here he goes back the opposite way. Up to the 30, the 35, cuts back now coming towards the near side. He's got a block, trying to get by 1, spins off of 1, spins off of a second, and finally taken down. We got 3 different banana peels out there. There's a lot of confusion and chaos. It will stand as an interception. We sort it out from here.
I think we're going to get a holding, a block in the back, and a legal crackback block. For sure the last one, the crackback block. Not sure on the other 2. There's your hold. There's your crackback block. Or that one. We're going to see what the what our white hat says. This one might be a long call.
Yeah, here we go.
But it will stand as an interception.
Holding. So there was, looked like, as you mentioned, a crack block.
Signal targeting. I don't think.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking back here at my tape replay. He did such targeting, doesn't he? Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. I didn't really see a targeting in there. Like I said, more of a crackback block than anything.
That could have just been a wrong signal. This is 2 fists together is crackback. I never know.
Nonetheless, a holding penalty, and he'll set first down and 10 at the 12-yard line. And Ramsey Williams says, "Don't worry, boys. I'll get us out of it." Brings it all the way up to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 26 yards and a first down.
Yep, no matter how far backed up you are, just like the Orioles have been doing so well so far this game, just hand the rock off, get a bunch of yards, back to where he would have been off the interception return.
9 carries for 154 yards tonight. That's what Ramsey Williams has done. And here he goes again, trying to shake off one last tackle. He can't quite do so. He was looking for another house call, and Ramsey Williams has been a menace against Tri-Valley here tonight.
Good luck calculating those yards. Big run back-to-back. I guess what they've done so well all game. Might as well keep on doing it.
44-yard run that time. 198 yards on the ground. And I go right back to him. And cool, if you're Lennox too, say, hey, we're going to run the football. We're going to run some of this clock. And Ramsey goes, no, we're not. I'm going to the house. I get myself free. Watch out. I'm going to take some people out with me.
I don't think the Lennox coaching staff going to have any gripes about that mentality right there.
By the way, Caden Halls is also in there at quarterback, part of this 2-quarterback system that they are running. And so far, he's just, handed the football off to Williams. So he gets another carry, about 4 or 5 yards. Bring up 3rd down and 3. Over 200 yards rushing tonight for Ramsey Williams, along with a pair of touchdowns. And now a bad snap going to get past Hall's head, and he's going to slide down on it. And this one, another big loss, all the way back to the 32-yard line. So almost a loss of 20 yards, a loss of 17. I'm going to mark at the 30 instead. So a loss of 15. No, I apologize. It's going to be a loss of 19. 19-20, yeah.
They're going to take the quarter.
Yep. So it will be 3rd down and 24. Ball at the 30-yard line. Still up huge, though. 42-14. It's all Lennox. We're back with the 4th quarter in 60 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
For over 70 years.
Williams has
Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at Pitt's Design.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Some interesting scores and some potential upsets across the state of South Dakota in the quarterfinals right now. And Class 11B, keeping our eyes on the interesting score, Winner, who has had, I'm not for sure, you have to ask the Winner fans, but maybe one of their worst seasons in a very, very long time.
First time they haven't hosted a playoff game since 1992. That number is not actually correct, but you get what I mean, though. It's been a long time.
But it doesn't matter for them at the moment, as right now they're leading with 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, 12-6 against Clark Willow Lake, one of the top teams in Class 11B. Here, it's 4th down and forever. Halls is going to take off running. He is not going to be anywhere close for the first down. There's going to be a penalty flag for holding. It's going to be obviously declined, and it's going to give it back to the Tri-Valley Mustangs. In fact, it was so not declined that Joe Fredrickson didn't even look over to Dan Snenneth to ask if he would like to decline it. He just declined it for him. It's going to be a turnover on downs. 4th quarter is just underway, 42-14. Cole, we talked about how this game could potentially go. It feels like it's maybe gotten a little bit closer to how we did expect this one to go. For Tri-Valley, feels like the gas tank just ran empty a little too soon.
I'm going to be honest. This is not how I saw this game was going to go. I thought it was going to be close pretty much through the 3rd quarter. I think we were on pace for that. Then the Mustang offense just, again, I hate to keep on bringing it up, but that double pass that got called back for an illegal forward pass really ruined their momentum, or else I think this is a completely different ball game because their run game, except for now in the fourth quarter when Lennox has been able to just pin their ears back and hone in on one thing, it's been doing pretty good for them. But maybe going back to more of what we expected based on their first matchup.
Landon Reiser, who hasn't carried the football much since the first quarter, 2-yard pickup for him. And he'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Again, last time these two teams met 2 weeks ago, it was 41-0. Well, Lennox puts up 42 this time. Tri-Valley, again, at one point, it was 14-14 at the end of the first quarter, but things have certainly gone in favor of Lennox ever since then. Some of the fans starting to say enough is enough on a cold night here at the Synex Sports Complex.
We got a couple of games going final across the state. Number 5 Harrisburg in Class 11 AAA wins over number 4 Sioux Falls O'Gorman, 17-3 final score.
Okay. Jewett underneath center, back to pass. He's going to go deep right away, and it's going to be broken up last second. Nice job in there by Hansen to knock it away. And I'll bring up now 4th down for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Again, fans, I want to thank you for tuning in throughout the season as well, right here on Lennox Orioles Sports and Live Ticket TV. Along with Cole Larsch, it's been great to have you with these past couple of weeks. I'm Heath Nimke. Great helping out, fill in for Lennox as well. And now on the fake punt, there is going to be a first down after a big hit and more penalty flags coming out. There's a lot of different things that are going on. Coach Flanagan's now going to get a penalty on him.
I think there's 4 penalty flags on the field
right now.
I think 3 of them came from our white hat official. So this is going to be interesting. I also do believe one of them is going to be on Flanagan.
So my only question, Cole, is it looks like there is penalties on both Tri-Valley for holding, but also on Lennox as well. How much of this comes after the play is over with?
That'll be the interesting part.
And could it give a first down to Tri-Valley in the end? Let's go to our white hat, Joe Fredrickson, and his group, Jeff, Alex, James, and Travis, who all huddle together and say, all right, what everybody see? Here we go. It was a quick conversation. Joe's going to tell us to sort it all out. Holding on Tri-Valley. We expected that. Personal foul. Those are going to be offsetting. Okay, after the play, we got a bench warning or sideline warning, an unsportsmanlike conduct against Coach Flanagan, which that one will be enforced. It's a 15-yard penalty against Coach Flanagan, and it will be...
Maybe not specifically him, as it was the bench. There's a sideline interference, sideline warning. So now we're going to have a question on the enforcement, possibly.
And it's moving it all the way up to the 42-yard line.
For now.
For now, yeah. They're getting back together once again. But, Cole, what I can give you for sure, 12 penalties for 130 yards against Lennox tonight. Wowzers.
Super uncharacteristic.
And now I think there's more discussion on either making sure you enforce the penalties correctly and making sure you spot the ball correctly for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. So now they're explaining to Lennox about the offsetting penalties, which again is correct. And then the sideline warning that comes late after the play is over with.
I think it was the question on the enforcement based on the automatic first down. But it was only 4th and 6.
Yes.
So it's first down either way.
Yes.
I think that was the main question. We got it all sorted out, and okay.
Still talking to some coaches over here for Lennox. So nonetheless, after all the confusion, Jewett on first down 10 throws a football, and it's broken up, incomplete. And fans, for everyone back home watching, we are just as confused as you are.
On what?
On what's all been happening so far tonight.
Nah. Speak for yourself. I'm dialed in. I'm locked.
Quick update, Cole.
Yes,
14-7. Both West Central leads over Madison. Del Rapids leads over Millbank. They have just started and are underway in the second half. Depends on how this one goes in the last 10 minutes. They might just catch up with us.
I was just about to say that. We might be ending the game as they've got 3 minutes left.
How about this, Cole? If that happens, we might just have an extended post-game show to make sure we know where playoffs are set. Because at this point, you got nothing left to lose. Except for a hot meal, which you're starting to get hungry, right?
No, these Skittles have been pretty good.
Okay.
Gotta give a shout out to the Lennox concession stand. Whatever they're cooking on the grill smelled really good during the game.
Loss of 2 yards, 3rd down and 12. By the way, just 8 completed passes out of 21 attempts so far tonight for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. They'll try it for the 22nd time. And this one isn't going to quite get to the line of scrimmage. But out of the pocket, and there was a receiver in the area. Incomplete. So it brings up 4th down. And again, where Tri-Valley's at, we did just see Dan Smith punt the ball a few moments ago. And then got a free 15 yards out of it in the end of it, and an automatic first down. So, we'll see if he decides to punt or go for it at the 40. As Cole and I would say, you got nothing left to lose. Might as well sling it on out there. 9:09, 4th quarter. That's exactly what they're going to do. 3 wide receivers off to the far side. Back to pass. Brady Jewett, pressure up the middle. Now going to bounce it to the outside where he's got plenty of time, keeping his eyes downfield. Here comes the blitzing linebacker from the front and back from behind. Couple different guys. Tate Gertis got in there on the tackle. Also in there, Gavin Homer. But nonetheless, it will be a turnover on downs. And Lennox will set up first down and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now if you're Lennox, just keep on doing what you've been doing. 9 minutes to go in the game.
Again, that's kind of hard. Is Ramsey Williams out there? Yeah, he is. So, Lennox fans, get ready. He might just take it 36 yards to the house, too, at the same time.
That's kind of what they've been doing so far this game.
And they're going to hand it off to Ramsey. Here he goes, right up the middle. Pickup of 6 yards. Some Lennox Oriole fans getting excited as a couple guys, David Barcher and also Tate Gersh, just blocked a defensive lineman basically to the out of bounds. And the fans are fired up about it.
Not basically to the sideline. They stopped because they saw their team right in front of them.
5-yard pickup for Ramsey Williams. They're going to fake the handoff over the middle to Tate Gertis, and this one falls incomplete.
Must have still had his blocking gloves on.
12 carries for 208 yards. Hands off. Ramsey Williams trying to push the pile forward. Not able to do a whole lot. Brings up 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 3 And Cole, I don't need to ask you what's going to happen next. I'll give you 3 guesses, and all 3 don't count.
Start calling you Joe Van Gogh with that reference.
Our good old buddy.
He usually only makes me not count the first 2 guesses, though. You're a little bit more strict than he is.
Halls. Fake the handoff. Now has pressure. He's just going to take off himself right there at the line of scrimmage, and he's certainly not going to have enough, and it will be a turnover on downs. About not quite 2 minutes wasted on that possession for the Lennox Orioles. And now we'll see the Tri-Valley Mustangs take over first down and 10. At the 30-yard line is where they'll mark it. Score update from Del Rapids. You want to do that, Cole? You were so excited. Nope, you were excited.
I'm on the wrong class. Go ahead.
Oh, 21-7. Del Rapids has scored.
A final from Class 11 AA. Yankton defeats Spearfish 12-7.
That's a close game.
And Pierre defeats T 41-7.
That was 14-0 at halftime.
Correct.
Handoff right up the middle. And it'll be Reiser who's able to pick up about 5 yards. Second down and 5.
See if I can't get other score updates as well. Elkton Lake Benton defeats Hanson 44-15. That game has gone final. In 9AA. 9A is looking wide open as Howard leads number 2 Warner 28-7.
We'll get to some 11B scores here in just a moment as they're starting to get interesting as well. Second down and 6. Tri-Valley not in a hurry as it's counting down. Quick little pass. This one over to Effling. We've seen multiple touchdowns by Clark Willow Lake. They have now lead it over Winter 22-12. Also at one point, Elk Point, Jefferson, and Sioux Valley were at 14 apiece. It's now 41-14.
We had a late flag on the far sideline.
Okay.
Looking like some unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. Both these teams seem to be tired of battling each other and are now starting to get a little chippy. Oh, sorry about that.
And it's going to be, as you mentioned, Cole, getting chippy. It's going to be on both teams. Offsetting penalties. And redo the down, second down. 6:37 remaining. Great to have you still along here on Live Ticket TV. Lennox Orioles activities. This one well at hand. At this point, just trying to finish it off without getting anybody hurt and maybe avoiding some more penalties.
I could have said it better myself.
Jewell will hand it off. Reiser running tough.
Reiser with the carry.
He'll pick up a few. Make it third down and 4. Reiser, 5 carries for 28 yards so far tonight. Again, Cole Larsch. I'm Heath Nimke. Stepping in this past few games for the Lennox Orioles and helping out with their live streaming service. Cole's first time to making it to Lennox this year. You were supposed to be here first game of the season, if you remember that. You skipped out on that game.
Don't think that's how that went down.
It might not have been. Third down and 4. A little confusion on the handoff. They get it up to Hendrickson. And he gets right back to maybe the line of scrimmage, a couple feet more, but still going to be fourth down. Again, fans, at the moment, the way it's looking, going to Del Rapids next week. At the moment, I don't assume that Cole and I will be traveling, but you never know. Things can change. And if they do, we'll keep you up to date.
I've got a South Dakota volleyball game, so.
Okay, so Cole won't be with me.
Correct. As the ambulance just left the field.
4th down and 3. Handoff. There was a penalty flag as the play got going. It was not a first down either. And the way this came out, it looks like it's going to be an illegal procedure against Tri-Valley, decline the penalty, and turnover on downs. Again, so far for tonight, we have seen 19 penalties accepted. We have seen another 9 either offsetting or declined. 28 penalties so far tonight here in Lennox, South Dakota.
For the Orioles here, you want to, at this point in the game, 4:51 to go, up by 28 points. As they're going to take a timeout.
Yep, trying to get the second team, it looks like, out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, get the second guys out there, not only just to get them some snaps back on the home field for what is likely the last time this season.
Yep.
Also just to try to minimize any possible injuries as it gets a little bit cooler out. 2 more weeks if you want to keep on going to the Dome. And then just run the rock.
Yep.
Will be allowed on the field only after team handshakes have taken place.
Score update from Madison. West Central has now scored 22-7 there. So it might be a little bit of a slight upset, 5 over the 4.
Depends on who you ask.
Yep, exactly. Again, that doesn't matter, though, for that game, because whoever wins it is traveling not a far distance, a little bit of a distance to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Taking on Sioux Falls Christian, who's already punched their ticket 54-0. They defeated Rapid City Christian. Again, a timeout here. Want to thank all of our sponsors as well for helping out tonight's broadcast and as well throughout this high school sports season right here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles activities. And a game that started with our pregame show at 5:30 has just gone over 3 hours for tonight. So after the timeout called by Coach Flanagan to get his second team out there and get everyone sorted and situated, we're about ready to go. Now, I will say this much. Holes is back out there at the quarterback position at the moment for the Lennox Orioles. The other guys will start getting you more and more names as we move along. For the moment, it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Now, not returning the favor are the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Their first team offense is still out there. Excuse me, their first team defense. I apologize.
I wasn't going to say it. Actually, it was. I was trying to think of a smart way to say it.
But you got too cold.
No.
Cole's been battled through the elements, too. Got the window open.
I haven't even zipped up my jacket yet. I'm good.
This time on the RPO, Holes takes off. Holes to the house 41 yards later. Well, if you want to give some of the second guys a little bit of opportunity to play, Hall says, nah, I'm going to take this one to the house. 41 yards for what was listed as the starting quarterback. And so far this season, rushing the football, getting another touchdown for him. Again, he is not necessarily the running quarterback for this team, but into the end zone once again. And now there's a lot of confusion on who's supposed to be out there. And Cole, this one seems kind of obvious. Always, after a touchdown, your first team special teams always goes back out there.
Yep.
Don't bring out a second we don't have a second team special teams.
That's a big extra point as well.
McVeigh in for the extra point attempt.
48-14. Extra point is up, and it is good. What Cole meant by that is we officially hit running clock. With 4:14 remaining, it's all Lennox. And on to the semifinals to defend their state title. We'll exchange pleasantries and try to finish this one up. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate in the greater Sioux Falls area? Look no further than the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. With over 10 years experience in homes, this team has you covered from finding your dream home to designing and building your own. Julie Roth and her team put your needs first, whether it's your first home or fifth home. Experience hassle-free home buying and selling with the Julie Roth Real Estate Team. For information, visit julierothrealestate.com or call 605-740-0645.
49-14, 4:14, fourth quarter. Another score update from Del Rapids, South Dakota. Del Rapids has scored again, 28-7. Now, 2 touchdowns in the second half, and it looks like Lennox is going to be heading to Del Rapids next week for their semifinal game. That one's still in the third quarter, obviously, but the way it's going at the moment. Picking it up is Reiser, trying to break free. Reiser gets by a couple tacklers and finally wrapped up, and Colt looked like he was about to break free for a touchdown. Cole wouldn't have been happy if that happened.
No. Do not. No. It would have been very entertaining to see. Finally, the Tri-Valley Mustangs get some more points back up on the board. But there were a lot more Del Rapids defenders playing back than you think.
Lennox defenders.
That's what I meant, yep. See, now you get started talking about Del Rapids and wearing black and orange. It's on me. Hand up. It's on me.
I forgive you. I can't say all the Lennox fans
Yeah, well, that is true. That is true.
If I was a Lennox fan, I don't know if I'd forgive you. Do it. Fake pass one way, then over the middle. Now, again, the second team is out there for Lennox defensively, as Owen's able to get up to the 44-yard line. Again, we are with a 35-point lead for the Orioles, also at a running clock. So no matter what, the clock does not stop unless we have a timeout or a scoring play. Ball up to the 45. Fans will also do a quick post-game show coming up here. Get final thoughts and check out final scores from across the state of South Dakota. Quick pass over the far side. As breaking free that time is Ty Oyen. Another first down as he picks up 12 yards up to the 33-yard line. 2:25. Cool for Tri-Valley. Certainly a great season. It just, they kind of met those playoff teams in the latter portion of their season and just, I don't want to say they got exposed. There's just that big of a difference, though, when it comes to the top teams in Class A to the bottom teams.
Yeah, and they're definitely not one of the bottom teams in Class 11A, but they just ran into a buzzsaw of a schedule to end their season. I mean, they've got a lot of talent up and down this roster. And it's just unfortunate for them that they ran into who they had to play at the end of the season.
Again, for Tri-Valley, a lot of their wins this season coming up against teams that, we talked about it, 5 out of their 6 wins came against teams that did not make the postseason 4? So, I mean, that's just...
Hey, a win's a win.
That's true. And that's, for seed points, it does count.
Playing in 11A, a win is a win.
Unfortunately, it does depend sometimes on, well, I should say it depends all the times on how well the other team does. On the counter, handoff, Reiser Up the middle, Reiser bounces it to the outside. Touchdown from 22 yards out. And Tri-Valley, with 1:03 remaining in the ball game, is able to score. Landon Reiser, his second rushing touchdown of the night, makes it 49-20 with 1:03 remaining here in the ball game. Trying to get everybody sorted out. And Tri-Valley will go for two.
Mustangs will go for the two-point conversion.
Fake the handoff, Jewett up the middle and in. 49-22 with 1:03 remaining here in the ballgame. We'll step aside. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's a one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Synex Zip Trip is your local convenience store with 5 locations throughout South Dakota, offering top-tier gasoline and Synex premium diesel fuels. Stop in for a great selection of your favorite snacks, beverages, pizza, and other hot foods. Become a Zip Trip Rewards member and save 5 cents per gallon of fuel every day. Plus, earn and redeem points for further discounts. Sign up at SynexZipTrip.com. Synex Zip Trip is a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. When it comes to game day, let Zip Trip fill your food and fuel needs.
With 1:03 remaining here, one other quick score update. In Class 11A, that is. Madison has scored just starting the fourth quarter, 22-14. So, real interesting game between the 4 and the 5 seeds. Happening over in Madison, South Dakota. Onside kick attempt, and great idea. Very good execution. Even better game plan by the kick return team of the Lennox Orioles.
Yeah, I saw Tri-Valley do that against the Vermilion Tanagers. Tanager, their closest guy in the front line was 18 yards back. So they just dribbled one up, laid right on it at the 10-yard line. That was their second kickoff recovery of the game.
I will tell you also, and talk to them with the official about this as well, I think one of the goofiest rules is if the kicking team recovers it, they can't advance it. I think they should be allowed to advance it. If you went for it and you got the football, might as well.
Well, take that up to the rules committee. Also, I don't believe that Lennox has to run a play here, but I think they're just going to anyway.
Final kneel down, and that will do it. Here in Lennox, South Dakota. After 42 years, the Lennox Orioles got their first state title last year. This year, it's been on a mission to repeat as champions. At moments this season, it looked like it might be difficult to even host a first-round playoff game. But in the end, not only were they able to, they take care of business convincingly tonight against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Unfortunately for Tri-Valley, not enough juice in the end. Your final, 49-22. The Lennox Orioles are on to the semifinals. Cole Larsch, Heath Nimke, coming up with our postgame here shortly. Look at final scores, final thoughts from this one, and get you set for the semifinals. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
From the Synex Sports Complex, the Lennox Orioles are on to the semifinals as they defeat the Tri-Valley Mustangs tonight, 49-22. Along with Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. This is your post-game show. And Cole, we saw a really interesting first quarter, 14-14 after quarter number one. And you and I both looked at each other and said, we are in for a really good football game tonight. And then
we did, yeah. That did happen.
Lennox burst things open into the second quarter. Never looked back from there. Great performance from the Lennox Orioles tonight.
Yeah, they showed why they're a top contender in this class. I mean, coming out of the bottom side of the bracket, they obviously avoid you-know-who, Sioux Falls Christian, but got one more game coming up before you get to the Dome. Big performance by them. Defense came out a little shaky to start, but recovered very nicely. Offense caught a groove, and as you can see by the final score, the offense caught a pretty good groove late in the game.
Yeah, we saw 3 different touchdown runs by Ramsey Williams tonight, rushed for over 205 yards on the ground for the Lennox Orioles. We also saw Huntington throw for over 240 yards tonight in the contest. Great performance offensively, both in the running game and throwing the football tonight. As again, the Lennox Orioles are able to put up 49 points and get the victory 49-22. They are on to the semifinals to take on the winner of Del Rapids Millbank. Del Rapids has scored again, so it looks like it's going to be to Del Rapids. Cole, that being said, there's a lot of fun scores across the state of South Dakota. A few upsets along the way. What do we all have for quarterfinal scores across the state of South Dakota?
Yeah, I'll run through them quickly. Obviously, in 11A, Sioux Falls Christian with the win in the top side of the bracket as of right now. They would host West Central as West Central leads Madison 22-14. As I say that, Madison just scored. It is now 22-20. West Central with the 2-point lead with 7 minutes to go in the contest there. Del Rapids with the big lead over Millbank, 35-7. So Lennox, as it sits right now, as that game is crawling towards the end, they will travel to Del Rapids on Friday. Those are your 11A scores. Move up to AAA and work our way down. Again, Brandon Valley with the win over Roosevelt. Harrisburg with the win over O'Gorman, so Brandon Valley will host Harrisburg. Lincoln with the win over Central, 60-21, and Jefferson leads Washington by 30 with 5 minutes to go. Lincoln will host Jefferson as it stands. In 11AA, Yankton with the 12-7 win over Spearfish. Watertown leads Sturgis 21-14. Huron defeats Brookings 7-2 in the rematch of last week's upset. And Pierre defeats T-Area 41-7. As it stands right now, Yankton to host and Huron to host Pierre in the semifinals. We move down a class to 11B. Elk Point Jefferson has remembered that they are the number one team, and they are up 49-14. Dual leads Wagner 20-12 with 6 minutes to go. St. Thomas More with the victory over my Titans 31-8. And Clark Willow Lake leads Wagner 22-12. 3 minutes to go in that one, so a couple interesting scores there. In 9AA, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy with the Mercy Rule victory over Kimball White Lake. As it sits right now, they will host Hamlin as Hamlin leads Hill City 32-7. Elkton Lake Benton with the 44-15 win over Hanson, and Parkston with the 36-7 win over Bonham. Elkton Lake Benton to host Parkston on Friday. We move down to 9A. Wall leads Castlewood 41-0. Phillip leads Ipswich 14-6 with 1 minute to go. Howard leads number 2 Warner 28-13. 5 minutes left to go in the game there. And Platte Geddes leads Alcester Hudson 20-16. 6 minutes to go there. Again, as to nobody's surprise, 9A is wide open And down in 9B, St. Mary's with the big win. Fulton area with the 32-6 lead as they start the fourth quarter. Avon leads Sioux Falls Lutheran 46-22, and Coleman Egan defeated Harriet Selby area 24-14. That's a look at some scores from across the state. Lots of games yet to be finalized. Again, this one started an hour early, got finished about 20 minutes earlier than most games, but a lot of scores to be reported yet. And again, next week's playoffs on Friday. As it's right now, Lennox will travel to Del Rapids.
Along with Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. Your final once again, 49-22 here at the Sinning Sports Complex. Cole, anything else you got?
Glad I could come up and help. Got treated to a great game. Lennox, again, proved why they're a top team here in Class 11A.
We will be back, John Kirchner that is, will be back with you for volleyball postseason that is coming up next. We'll see if Lennox can make a run on Tuesday. Certainly going to be tough, though, when it comes to the Region 4A. You have, of course, Lennox powerhouse, Dakota Valley powerhouse, Sioux Falls Christian. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but we'll see how the Lennox girls can do. Again, that's Tuesday right here on Live Ticket TV and Lennox Orioles activities. For Cole Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. 49-22, Lennox is on to the semifinals. Until next Friday, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening.